Cleaning, all while lugging around 25 or so extra pounds. I guess I'm feeling a little bit crazy, but I'm allowed to be, right? I'm your mom, and I want everything to be perfect for you.
To stop Hillary Clinton now and never let her get within 10 miles of the White House again.
Tonight, day 3 of the Republican National Convention. Who is the Republican Party?
Good evening and welcome to our special PBS NewsHour NPR coverage of the Republican National Convention in Cleveland. I'm Gwen Eiffel.
And I'm Judy Woodruff. We're joined here in our Sky booth by NPR's Mara Liasson, by Amy Walter of the Cook Political Report, syndicated columnist Mark Shields, and the New York Times' David Brooks. They're all here with us.
Near the podium in front of the hall is NPR's Rachel Martin, and on the floor, the NewsHour's Lisa Desjardins and NPR's Susan Davis. Our coverage of this third night of the GOP convention starts right after this short break.
Funding for this program is provided by
XQ Institute.
BNSF Railway. Lincoln Financial, committed to helping you take charge of your financial future. And the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, and by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.
Some have reservations.
Stop.
Yeah.
Welcome back. Convention planners tell us their theme tonight is Make America Safe Again. And we'll be hearing from Newt Gingrich, from Senator Ted Cruz, another Trump son, and culminating with the vice presidential nominee, Mike Pence. But leading off this evening is Governor Rick Scott of Florida. Let's listen to him.
Incorrect, and we'll tell it like it is. We need a president who isn't afraid of Washington. We need a president who doesn't believe government is the answer to every problem. We need a president who recognizes that great countries have borders. We need a president who will bring American jobs back to America. We need a president who is not afraid to say radical Islamic terrorism. And we need a president who will wipe ISIS off the face of the earth. And on every one of these measures, Hillary Clinton fails, she fails, she fails. America is worth fighting for. Let's make America great again. Let's elect Donald Trump the next president of the United States of America.
And once again, that was the audience chanting along with Florida Governor Rick Scott saying, "Lock her up." That's been the chant of this convention. Starting with Chris Christie last night and continuing again tonight. We're going to see whether they do that. They're about to introduce radio host Laura Ingraham for a speech, and we'll listen to her for a few minutes. She's getting a big, big, big reception here in the hall.
Hey, everybody. I love you back. Thank you. Oh, sit down. You all may know me from TV and radio, but my kids know me by my most important name, Mom. I'm a single mother of 3 adopted children. They're watching in Minnesota right now. And, hi kids. And I'm here tonight supporting Donald Trump. Because, like most Americans, I refuse to leave my kids a country that is worse off than the ones that my parents left me. Now, my grandparents were Polish immigrants. My parents, they grew up in Depression-era New England. My dad, he enlisted in the Navy in World War II. My mom, she waited tables until she was 73 years old. My dad, he worked at his car wash. My parents flew the flag at our house, and not just on the 4th of July. And they scrimped and saved. My mother made my clothes. She wore the same winter coat for 40 years. Any extra money in our house went into the bank for our education. And we learned that there is dignity in every job. Every job. No matter what you do. My brothers, they picked tobacco and delivered newspapers. I picked blueberries and raked lawns. We did what we had to do. You see, my parents didn't believe there were jobs that Americans wouldn't do. In the early 70s, I was a little kid, and I remember watching the news with my mom at night. And one night I asked her, I said, "Ma, why are people burning the American flag?" And she looked at me and she answered, "Honey, because their parents didn't teach them about respect." You would have loved my mother. Respect. Respect. We see it in decline in America once again. The people don't respect the government. The government doesn't respect the people, not even our veterans. Politicians, they don't respect the Constitution. Many do not respect the life of the infant in the womb or the elderly who languish alone. Others, they don't respect the police. The men and women who risk their lives every day for every one of us. And, hey, many in public office, we know this all too well, don't we? Many in public office don't enforce or respect the rule of law. Isn't that right, Mrs. Clinton? That's right. too many citizens and non-citizens don't respect our laws either. And many of our allies, they don't respect us anymore. My friends, it is really sad, it's heartbreaking to see this happen to the country that we love. This is our home. It belongs to us, to our children, to our grandchildren. It's where our dead are buried. And we deserve better, and we can do better. Like us, Donald Trump understands that we have to turn this around. We have to restore respect across all levels of society. Unlike us, Hillary Clinton believes the status quo is just fine because she helped create it. Donald Trump knows that a nation without borders isn't a nation at all. But Hillary Clinton, she doesn't believe in borders. Donald Trump knows that a country must put its citizens first, its own people first. Now, what about Hillary Clinton? Hillary Clinton thinks America is just another nation in a global order. Donald Trump, he understands that America's greatness.
Laura Ingraham, the radio talk show host, has this crowd listening to her, and when she mentions the name Hillary Clinton, Mark Shields, they pick it up and they start with the refrain, "Lock her up again."
Lock her up has become the substitute. There's no chant, at least I haven't heard it yet, of Trump Pence, like there was for Reagan Bush, which was sort of the default chant at most conventions, that you chant the ticket's name. And that obviously has become it. But she got a bigger reception than many of the political figures, certainly than Mitch McConnell did or Paul Ryan last night.
Well, it should be pointed out, David Brooks, that Laura Ingraham will get 2 million weekly listeners. That's more than Rush Limbaugh. He is more well-known in this room, probably, than Mike Pence. So, does that mean that they're finally figuring out how to rev this crowd up from the beginning, David?
Yeah, and Laura came after Trump super early. While a lot of the talk people were hesitating, she was right with him, and she stayed with him very strongly. This is like the Trump speech, the perfect Trump speech. It's got the nostalgia for a time gone by. It's a sense of cultural dignity for members of the white working class, which they feel they've lost. And it's also got the "we take care of our own" message. She gets the cultural politics a lot better than the professional politicians who've been traipsing up here, who've been giving, the normal political stuff. But she's got the psychology down pat. She's been doing it for a year now.
Amy Walter, there's some echoes of Chris Christie and Rudy Giuliani here.
Still with I've been to a lot of conventions, and I've heard all kinds of speeches where you criticize your opponent, maybe you mock your opponent. I don't think I've ever been anywhere where I've seen the level of vitriol like this. And honestly, I don't think it's good for anybody or anything, regardless of party. And I would hope that we're not going to see the same thing on the Democratic side with this level of hatred toward one person. It's not good for our politics. It's not certainly good for any hope of bringing this country back together after what is going to be a very scorched earth campaign. But the Laura Ingraham piece is also interesting because there are a lot of folks in the establishment who say this is part of the reason why the party is cracked up, that any chance that the Republican Party had to make any sort of compromise on any issue, especially in immigration, was derailed in large part because of talk radio, that she encompasses basically another wing of the Republican Party.
Mara Liasson, as part of radio, but National Public Radio instead of the regular talk radio that Laura Ingraham represents. We're going to be coming back to this question over and over again tonight, which is who are the Republicans? And what does this begin to tell us?
I think Laura Ingraham is pretty clear on what she wants the Republican Party to be. There are a lot of other supporters of Trump who have tried to fit him into their template of republicanism and say, oh, sure, he talks this way, but really he's a conservative. She's pretty clear that he's not, that the Republican Party should be a white working class party. It should be a nationalist party. She's pretty clear on that. And this wasn't just an us versus them speech. This was an us versus her speech. Very clearly targeted, not at a group of people, at one person. And that's why I think the chanting, the lock her up, is so powerful, because it's all directed at one person.
Well, the one thing we saw her do was look in the camera, Laura Ingraham, and point at Hillary Clinton
And
physically.
the message to Hillary. Mark Shields, yeah, you want to say
just
something.
one quick point. If the Democrats have any imagination or any sense, I hope that right now they're sitting down and writing some funny lines. This has been a convention without humor. There has not been a laugh in this hall. There has not been an intended. Nothing. There's been no self-deprecating lines. There's been nothing funny about it. There's been nothing. At no point has it put a smile on people's faces.
There's no lightness.
No.
And I just wonder if the Democrats, following up on Amy's good point, going to follow that intensity of the scorched earth rhetorical policy that Donald Trump.
You know what? I have to say, to listen to the Trump people talk, they say that we're not laughing because there's nothing to laugh about. The times are too serious. And that's the chord that they seem to be striking in this hall.
That's right.
2 words, Abraham Lincoln.
What?
Greatest humorist of American presidency, served at the most difficult time in the nation's history.
David, I keep trying to think of when was the last time we had an election with this mood, where there was just, maybe there's going to be some humor tonight, something light, but where there's just been this relentless negativity, criticism, as all of you are describing.
Right. Well, everyone's afraid of appearing out of touch. If you're not in a total panic, if you're not totally driven by anger, fear, and hatred, suddenly you don't get in touch with the times. I think that's overstated. I do think there'd be some room for some humor. And the locker up thing, I remember 1998 when the Republicans were completely confident they had Bill Clinton at that point, totally on the ropes, and they were furious at Bill Clinton. Now, he's a more skilled politician, obviously, than Hillary Clinton, but they overplayed their hands. And that could be happening. On the other hand, maybe the times are different, and the locker up thing really does work. I'm uncertain about that.
Amy Walter, are they overplaying their hand?
I think we're not going to find that out until after we go through her convention as well, and you see the contrast between the two. But I will be very curious to see how voters out there, and I think they may still be trying to take this all in, really feel about it. We're not going to see, or nor should we trust much polling before we get to the end of Hillary Clinton's convention.
Good point.
Good point. We know that Hillary has talked about love and kindness, and she has tried to contrast herself to Donald Trump in every way, stylistically, the mood. So I would be very surprised if the Democratic Convention is a mirror image of this in terms of its anger and darkness.
Hold that thought, Mara Eliason. We need to step away for a few moments. This is our special coverage of the new NPR coverage and PBS NewsHour coverage of the Republican National Convention. Stay with us. We'll be back in 1 minute.
I'm former Senator Bob Dole.
I'm extremely proud to introduce to you Senator Bob Dole of the great state of Kansas as my running mate for victory in 1976. Bob?
Was Gerald Ford chose me to be his running mate. I remember getting a call from Bob Clark of ABC. He said, Bob, you're going to be the nominee for vice president. I said, no, all the press is down the hall waiting for John Connally to come out and accept the nomination. But they all had it figured out wrong.
I did not expect to receive a phone call this morning, but I'm very pleased that we were in. I'm very proud to be on the ticket with President Ford for many, many reasons that I'll go into as I go along the campaign trail.
Welcome back to our coverage. We're now joined by Matthew Dowd, a political consultant who served as chief political strategist for the Bush-Cheney campaign in 2004. You have arrived in our booth at the most unfortunate moment, Matthew Dowd, because they are jeering the media as we speak.
Wow.
I'm very
shocking.
Imagine that.
I'm very curious about your thoughts about how this convention has been going. We've been talking a lot tonight about what this convention tells us about who the Republicans are. What does this tell you?
Well, two things I think are significant from my vantage point. One, it's the cult of personality now that's taken over the Republican Party. Donald Trump has now taken the party over at a national level, not at a state and local level. So it's his party. The second thing is I've been going to conventions, either worked on the other side of it, on the partisan side of it, either Democrat or Republican, or covered it. This is the most strangest energy of a convention I've ever seen. It doesn't feel like a convention that everybody's going to walk out of here and say, I can't wait to get Donald Trump elected. It's the best thing in the world. Even Mitt Romney, as you saw it, and people sort of thought he had flaws, they all left the convention and felt the convention. They were going out. They were going to give it all their effort they could do it. I don't feel that here. And then half the convention doesn't seem to care about anybody but anybody except people that have a last name Trump in the course of this. And so I think you're witnessing a complete cult of personality that has taken over the Republican Party.
So what does that mean, Matt Dowd, going into the fall election? I mean, how does Donald Trump take this anger, which we're told reflects what so many Americans feel, but turn it into something bigger than just the folks in this hall?
Well, he's going to have to, it's going to all rise and fall on him. It's not as if he has some great infrastructure that's going to push him over the finish line. So it's going to completely rise and fall on Donald Trump and Donald Trump's ability. And after Thursday, the really moments that are going to matter in this shift in this race are the debates in September and October. That's going to be ultimately determinative of this race. I argue with many people's sort of conventional wisdom is that because he's made this a complete personality contest, it's easy for people to split their ticket after him. This is not a wave election I don't think we're going to see on either side of it, because the two dominant personalities in this race are so defined. It's not going to be a race that says all the ballots going to go one way or all the ballots going the other. I think people can easily distinguish between the top and every other race on the ballot.
Matthew Dowd is joining us along with Mara Eliason from NPR, Mark Shields of Shields and Brooks, and David Brooks of Shields and Brooks. Thank you both for joining us. I wonder if anything that Matthew Dowd just said maybe rings a bell with you, David Brooks.
Well, you know, I'm reminded of a convention that you were involved with where we had Compassionate Conservative, we had Democracy Promotion Abroad, we had Free Trade. What happened? That's not this party anymore.
The party is not the same party. And as George W. Bush said the other day, he had a fear that he was going to be the last Republican president elected. And I think what he meant was not that there would never be a Republican elected, but the Republican in the ilk that he understood of the course of this. I think we are faced. We have this convention. We're going to finish it out. And I think the success of this convention is totally determined by Thursday night. I remember tracking the Democratic convention. We had tracking polls going to the Democratic convention in 2000. Nothing changed in those polls on Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday night. Al Gore gave a speech. He had a big kiss with Tipper. The polls moved 8 points within 48 hours. And
Which way? I don't remember.
He still has a chance. But I think that there is I think in the aftermath of this year, I think for both parties fundamentally, because I think this is going to be an accelerator year to something new. I'm actually optimistic, even though we feel like we're in a complete disruptive state. I'm optimistic because I think the country is going to be very dissatisfied with the choice they have in the fall.
Mara, Mark?
Well, Matt, let me ask you. I was just thinking, listen to family members offer personal testimony. And we heard the son from the first marriage, the daughter from the second marriage, and wife from the third marriage. This is the family values party. And yet we're going to sit and listen and accept that as family values, that this is sort of par for the course for a presidential candidate, that it's going to be our cult of personality?
Well, I think that the days that this was a party defined by the social conservative movement, which sort of came with Ronald Reagan, moved with Ronald Reagan, and then increased in power over the course, is history. Either social conservatives have abdicated what they really thought were the most important issues in the course of this, because Donald Trump fundamentally doesn't stand for the social conservative issues. I don't think anybody could argue that in all his positions he's held in the course of this. But again, I think utilizing all the family members and not utilizing other leaders of the country, really fundamentally, this is about Donald Trump. This is not about the Republican Party. Donald Trump is a Republican. He's running as the Republican Party. He's defining the Republican Party. It's fundamentally Trump.
I heard Donald Trump Jr. say today that he thought this idea that someone needed to humanize Donald Trump Sr. was about pandering, and that really this was a different kind of campaign, and we were going to do the things people told us to do.
Well, I knew a lot of people came into this convention and said Donald Trump's going to rebrand him. He's going to rebrand himself, going to redefine himself. That's impossible. This is not like most candidates come into convention that are sort of known, and then they can be defined in different ways in different parts of them in the course of the convention. Everybody knows who Donald Trump is fundamentally. Whether they like it or dislike it, they know who he is. I think they said that because I think they thought the Republican establishment expected to hear that. They wanted to hear, oh, he'll be redefined. Donald Trump is not going to be redefined in the course of this. We know that for 15 seconds or 2 minutes, he can do something slightly different, but he's who he is. He's a gut instinct, total everything from to intuition. I don't think that's going to change.
All right. Yeah, I agree with that. He's a one-man band. And, you know, the other really interesting thing that's going to happen tonight, the subtext, the battle for what happens to the Republican Party after this election. Never have we gone to a convention where 2020 is such a huge subject. In other words, people are jockeying because so many people think he's going to lose, you know, for the next race. And you're going to hear from Ted Cruz, who has the most advanced infrastructure for the next time already, and he's going to start to define, I think, what the Republican Party is going to look like post-Trump. And I'm sure he's going to try to absorb and co-opt some of the Trumpisms, because that's where the party is. It's not just this one-off black swan event of a billionaire celebrity who came and hijacked it. What he was selling, there was a market for it in the party.
Well, I think that the speech that I think most people that I talk to are interested in hearing is Ted Cruz's speech, interestingly, not Mike Pence's speech in the course of this. And I would guess the contrast between the reception Ted Cruz will get, because he has roughly 600 delegates that are here, and a lot of people that like him.
And a lot of them voted for him on the roll call.
But I think it's bizarre. I don't know why Donald Trump is letting Ted Cruz talk at prime time.
Without knowing whether he was going to endorse him in advance.
And having Ted Cruz's lieutenants the other night basically organize an effort to disrupt the situation in the course. Those are all Ted Cruz's lieutenants in the course of this. It is the beginning. It senses the beginning. How much he puts a stamp on that and brands this a 2020 race in the course of this. If I were the candidate running this, there's no way I'd allow that to happen.
Don't you think he did that, though, because he needs the conservative? Ted Cruz helps him reach those conservatives.
Isn't that what Mike Pence was supposed to do?
That's supposed to be what but Ted Cruz is where their hearts are.
I don't understand it fully. I mean, I think that, like most politicians, they want to be loved, they want to be liked by everybody, and they try to sell themselves to everybody, and so I want to get Ted Cruz on board and all this. But there's more risk involved in what Ted Cruz will say than more benefit. Ted Cruz is not going to get up there and say anything that some social conservative was like, I wonder if I should vote for Donald Trump. But Ted Cruz said it was all fine, so I'm going to go vote for Donald Trump. I think it's some sort of, it's not about the election, because I don't think Ted Cruz is going to be determinative. I actually think Ted Cruz would be a worse candidate in a national election than Donald Trump would be. I think he has many more fundamental flaws as a candidate, personality, and an issue base that doesn't fit the public.
Matt, if in fact all politicians want to be loved, then Ted Cruz has failed miserably at that mission with his colleagues in the United States Senate. But if I'm not mistaken, one of your first involvements was 1976 with Lloyd Bentsen?
Well, it was in 1988 with Lloyd Bentsen.
Lloyd Bentsen, okay, all right. In 88 when he got picked. Vice presidential. Yeah. How good a choice was Mike Pence for Donald Trump, in your judgment? You've been through this several times. And what should Hillary Clinton do?
Well, I think it was the best of his limited choices. Donald Trump had very few choices, I think, involved in this. It's not the choice, if I were recommending it, I would have made. I thought he should have gone to a woman, somebody like Joni Ernst, somebody that would have created something, who actually is well-spoken. I think it was a one-week pick. The pick of Mike Pence was about basically calming everybody down, leaning at the convention. I can deal with this. And after this, he's not going to have any effect on geography, and he's not going to have any effect on demography in the course of this. That pick will not. It does make people feel like Donald Trump at least is going to have some adults in the room, and I wouldn't be surprised Donald Trump's speech tomorrow night lists out some other people he's going to appoint. I would not be surprised if he says, I'm going to put this person here, I'm going to put this person here, this, to sort of underline the fact there are other adults.
Matthew Dowd, thank you so much. We're going to dip back down to the podium right now because we're in the process of hearing from Florida Attorney General Pam Bondi, who's been a big Trump supporter and has been Attorney General of that very key state since 2011.
Laws that apply equally to everyone. Now more than ever, laws that back our law enforcement. They have our backs, and Donald Trump will have your backs. But today, these laws are under siege by a president determined to ignore laws he doesn't like, and by a former Secretary of State who believes the laws don't apply to her. And by the way, she deserves no security clearance. How do you become President of the United States when you have no security clearance? This lawlessness must stop right here, right now. Donald Trump will stop it. Lock her up, I love that. Stay with me. Donald is going to roll back Obama's unconstitutional executive orders. Hang on. Donald's going to roll back Obama's unconstitutional orders. He will enforce our immigration laws to keep us safe, while allowing legal immigrants to bless this nation with their talents and their dreams. And California, Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, Donald Trump will take control of our borders.
We're listening to Pam Bondi, who is the Attorney General of the state of Florida. We want to go out to the streets of Cleveland right now, where NPR's Kurt Sigler has been reporting on some of the protests. They've been going on all week. I guess, Kirk, today they reached a little bit more of a critical mass.
That's right, Judy. Today was really the first big one that we've seen. There was a slightly smaller one yesterday, but a little bit more action today. Still largely peaceful. Where I'm standing here in the public square, you can see some police on horseback behind me. This is where the protests are typically starting, and then a lot of times they'll head down Euclid Avenue. Now, what's interesting is the police, for the most part, are letting protesters block the streets. They're letting protesters happen and as they say, get their free speech rights. There was a bit of a skirmish earlier today that did get some news when a flag burning protest got a little bit heated, as you can imagine, as delegates walking into the Republican National Convention a couple blocks from here, seeing a flag being burned. But really, some minor skirmishes occurred from that. 17 arrests, but so far we've only seen, just as of right now, less than 24 arrests, which is pretty remarkable and can be in part attributed to some of the tactics by police. I think they're really using this overwhelming force, but it's a very soft force. As you can see behind me, the police are, all around, and throughout the day they're all around, and there's a huge presence, but things are relatively peaceful so far.
Kirk, we know that there have been, you say soft force, but streets are blocked for blocks and blocks around downtown. The city is basically shut down. And we also expected perhaps a little bit more of an uprising or something leading up to today. And I should knock on wood or something, but it seems like it has not been as much of a threat so far as had perhaps been anticipated.
That's exactly right, and that is very interesting and remarkable. In fact, the police sent out a tweet just a few minutes ago, the Cleveland police, saying that actually part of the issue at some of these demonstrations, like the one earlier that got a little bit out of hand, is that there are so many media, the police say, getting in, trying to get footage of this, and things get even more complicated for the police. But it is, as I said, pretty remarkable given the mood of what's been going on right now and a lot of the anxieties and concerns about possible violence at the RNC, that so far, anyway, as you say, we haven't seen anything really get out of hand. Things have been mostly peaceful. And as I said, just under a couple dozen arrests so far, and most of those have been minor.
And we should all be thankful for that and hope that it stays that way through the rest of this convention and the next one. Kirk Siegler down in just near the convention center. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And now let's go down to, right now we're watching.
Yeah,
Listen,
right now,
you're gonna hear us.
they're airing a video about the anniversary of Apollo 11, leading up to an address by Eileen Collins, who's a retired astronaut. We're going to watch a little bit of it and describe for our radio audience what we're seeing.
One giant leap for mankind. We celebrate the memory and selfless courage of Neil Armstrong and the Apollo 11 team. And were Armstrong here tonight, he would remind us of all those who came before him to make his journey into history possible. Like those two young brothers from just down the road in Dayton. Orville and Wilbur built and perfected the first successful airplane in world history in the back of their bicycle shop. And before we knew it, the race for space was on. By 1958, the nation committed to winning, and NASA was born. The skies were no longer the limit. America aimed for the moon and the stars. And while all that was happening, another young hero from Cambridge, Ohio, was writing his own chapter. A decorated fighter pilot and combat veteran, John Glenn became the first American to orbit the Earth on February 20th, 1962. Soon, brave women emerged. Beyond breaking glass ceilings, they broke sound barriers and the Earth's atmosphere. Happily, you'll meet one of them in a moment. At the age of 23, Eileen Collins became the first female flight instructor in the history of the United States Air Force. In 1995, Colonel Collins became the first woman to pilot the space shuttle. Later, she became the first to command a space shuttle mission. Then, after the nation grieved our loss of Space Shuttle Columbia, Eileen Collins fearlessly led our first mission back into space. When she brought it back safely, the whole world breathed a sigh of relief. America's astronauts, striving to see their country achieve greatness, inspired by those starlit skies on clear nights and the accomplishments of those pioneers who preceded them. What is it about this great country, where so many have risked so much and traveled so far into the heavens? There are many answers in the eyes of these brave men and women, but there is one they all share in their hearts. They loved their country so deeply, they were willing to risk their lives to keep it strong and make it great. So when you look to the heavens tonight, take a minute to thank God for each and every one of them. And say an extra prayer that the U.S. will soon reclaim its rightful place as the leader in space exploration. Because we will summon the courage and strength to make America great again. So when future astronauts look up to the night sky and dream of taking their turn, they will know that their country is waiting for them. Greatness abounds, and once again, the stars are the limit.
Please welcome Colonel Eileen Collins, the first woman to command a space shuttle mission.
Good evening. It's great to be here with you tonight. Thank you. From the moment the first pilgrims arrived on our shores, Americans have been asking, what's next? We are a nation built by the passion of people who weren't afraid to do something first, to step into the unknown, and to pave our own way forward. We are a nation of explorers. In 1961, President Kennedy issued a challenge to America to land a man on the moon and return him safely to Earth. And 47 years ago, on this very day, Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin answered that call, and they walked on the moon. And they took with them an American flag and a plaque bearing the inscription, "Here, men from planet Earth first set foot upon the moon, July 1969. We came in peace for all mankind. We landed on the moon to fulfill a leadership challenge and to explore. We know that exploration leads to invention, innovation, and discovery. For example, our successful robotic missions to Mars, Jupiter, and Pluto have provided valuable information about our own planet. But in 2011, the Space Shuttle program ended. The last time the United States launched our own astronauts from our own soil was over 5 years ago. We must do better than that. Countries that are strong are countries that explore, invent, and discover to remain resilient in a changing world. I'm honored to have played a role in our nation's heritage of explorers as the first woman to command a space shuttle mission, joining the ranks of those that have fought to lead the way. Thanks. And we are all so proud of our Apollo program that put our astronauts on the moon first in peace for all mankind. Nations that lead on the frontier lead in the world. We need that visionary leadership again, leadership that will inspire the next generation of explorers to have that same passion. We need leadership that will ask Americans will ask again, what's next? We need leadership that will make America's space program first again. Yes. And we need leadership that will make America great again. I want to thank all of you. Thank you for what you're doing. God bless America.
That was Eileen Collins, a former astronaut, the first woman to command a space shuttle mission. The prepared remarks had her saying at the end, that leader is Donald Trump. We didn't hear her say that. I don't know, Gwen, if that was an oversight or something else we should know about.
Well, now we're going to go down to the floor and talk to the NewsHour's Lisa Desjardins, who's been talking to delegates and getting a sense of the floor. Lisa?
When we ask this question, who are Republicans in 2016? Who do they think their party is? I think, Gwen, I'm picking up on two very distinct layers. One is what we see on the stage, what we've heard tonight, sort of the red meat. I think the best example of that is when Laura Ingraham spoke, flanked on either side of her was a picture of Donald Trump with his fists raised. And her speech was all about trying a more muscular, more aggressive Republican Party. Republican delegates here tell me they think their leaders have been too weak. That's level one. That's as you hear the crowd and you hear the speeches. Level two is when you sit down and talk to these delegates one-on-one. Then you hear something a little different. Some concerns that aren't coming across on the stage. Things like the opioid epidemic. Things like Obamacare, which we've heard mentioned, but certainly not brought up in the way it was 4 years ago. The costs of everyday life. That's on the minds of delegates here. And they think, again, that the leadership has just not been strong enough. But I think it's just important to note that what we're hearing on the stage is a little different sometimes than what's on delegates' minds in their personal life. Gwen, Judy?
Thank you, Lisa. And now we want to go to another part of the floor, talk to NPR's Rachel Martin, who's also been taking the pulse of some of these delegates. Rachel?
Hi, Judy. Yeah, you heard Lisa talking there about how the delegates she's been speaking with have said that they want a firmer, bolder, more aggressive Republican Party. I've heard that from some delegates. We were talking with people in particular about Donald Trump's foreign policy positions and the fact that he has suggested he would take a more aggressive posture when it comes to foreign policy and military intervention, perhaps even deploying ground troops into Iraq and Syria to defeat ISIS. And when I talk with people about this, do you like that idea? Do you support that idea of more troops into these very complicated war zones? Some people say yes, you absolutely have to send in more troops. You have to defeat the terrorists once and for all. This kind of long, years-long policy that they ascribed to the Obama administration with drone strikes simply isn't working. But interestingly, I spoke with one woman who's here just for the day from Michigan, kind of a tourist here actually. She said that this is what gives her pause. She supports Donald Trump, but she does not trust him on national security issues. And she actually said her husband is so distrustful of Donald Trump on national security, he's not voting. He's going to go, he'll show up, but he's going to vote down ticket. He's going to leave the presidential ticket area blank. He won't check that box.
It's fascinating. It's fascinating, Rachel.
It is. Rachel, thank you. And we also want to hear from NPR's Susan Davis, who's been working another part of the floor. Susan.
Hey, Judy, how you doing? You know, tonight is supposed to be about Mike Pence, the Indiana governor, is the vice presidential nominee. But a lot of the buzz in the room from the delegates I talked to is around Ted Cruz. The Texas senator is going to talk tonight. He is not expected to endorse Donald Trump in his speech. I was hanging out with the Texas delegates today. They said they went to an event with Ted Cruz, who arrived in Cleveland earlier today. They said it felt like a campaign event. There's a lot of talk about Ted Cruz, who has made no secret that he would run for president again in 2020 if there's an opportunity there. And some of the delegates I talked to today said at that campaign event there was lots of chance of 2020 in that room.
Susan Davis for us on the floor, getting a sense. Susan Davis, Rachel Martin, Lisa Desjardins, going to keep us up all tonight on what's being said on the podium, but also what's being said among the actual delegates. Thank you all three very much. We'll be back with you. Now back up in our sky booth, we're joined by Tony Perkins. Welcome to you.
Good evening.
Tony is president of the Family Research Council, a conservative policy group. And what we've been asking everyone we've been inviting to join us tonight is, who are the Republicans right now? Are they what we're seeing in this hall? Are they what we're seeing on the stage? Or is it what we're seeing somewhere else entirely?
All of the above.
Tell me about it.
Well, I mean, the Republican Party is a big party. There's a lot of, as you've seen some of the speakers so far this week, a lot of difference, a lot of diversity in the speakers. But I think it is a party that's coming around an idea, a message, a concern about the future of this country. And I think when they leave here, and we're seeing it happen, I'm also a delegate from my home state of Louisiana, what we're seeing happening is Republicans are coalescing around Donald Trump and his nomination. And I think they want to get behind him and help him make America great again.
Reluctantly or enthusiastically?
Well, I think it was reluctant coming in because, like myself, I was a Ted Cruz supporter, campaigned with Ted across the country, others with other candidates. But I think the contrast between the two candidates and certainly the party platforms, as we've seen the Republicans adopt a very conservative platform, there's a clear contrast. And I think conservatives are coming to understand they have two choices, Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton.
Tony Perkins, why do you think there's been so much, frankly, it seems like anger, negativity coming from the floor of this convention, the sort of the repeated chants, lock her up, about Hillary Clinton? Do you feel good about that message being so far with the main message of this convention?
Well, I don't think it's the main message. I have heard it. And I have said all along, and I've communicated this to the Trump campaign, is that in the end, we can't scare enough conservatives to the polls with what a Hillary administration would look like. We've got to inspire them with a vision of what America can be again. And I'm looking forward to tonight when Mike Pence speaks, tomorrow night when Donald Trump speaks, to cast that vision of what America can be.
David Brooks.
Now, Trump has been doing pretty well with evangelicals, with Christian social conservatives. So I got to ask you, which of the Christian virtues do you think Trump best embodies? Is it humility, grace, charity, faithfulness?
I think what it's come down to, as we were talking earlier about the reluctance, is that a lot of evangelicals were not with Donald Trump in the primary. Some were, but of course it was a very elastic term, evangelical.
Well, he likes to point out that he won the evangelicals.
Well, he actually did not. He got about 40%. 60% did not vote for him. And the term evangelical, when you actually broke it down in the primary, those who went to church on a weekly basis broke for Ted Cruz. So it's a broad term, but to answer your question, I think it's a concern over what's happened in this country in the last 7.5 years, where we've seen a constant drumbeat, a constant attack on religious freedom, whether it's the Little Sisters of the Poor, Hobby Lobby, bakers or florists, that he has stood up to the political correct crowd. And I think the one attribute that has drawn people to him is courage. And that's something that is in short supply in the political class in America
But
today.
do you think that Donald Trump really cares about social issues? He said he thinks people should go to whatever bathroom they want, although he said it should be left to the states.
Yeah, he
doesn't-
walked that back just
He
a
walked
bit.
it back a little, but it certainly doesn't seem to be in his DNA to really care about the social issues.
No, if you look at what's happened over this campaign, he's made some statements that were out of sync with social conservatives, for instance, on the abortion issue about how women should be punished. No pro-life leader has ever said such a thing. He was approached about that, communicated that's not the right answer. He changed his position. Look, he was not my first choice, but here's where we are. We have a choice between Hillary Clinton. We know what, as social conservatives, we know what her administration would look like, the kind of judges she would pick. He's not spent his adult life thinking about the issues that I have the last 20 years. You ask him how to build a building or get a permit, and he could tell you that, but he couldn't tell you about policy issues. But he's listening, and that's a key element of learning. He's listening to people who know. I'm optimistic that he can put together a very solid campaign, and he can attract the support he needs to be successful.
Mark Schultz.
Tony, the platform has been called the most pro-life platform ever written for the Republican Party, and by Susan B. Anthony List, among others. And your own judgment, the mood of the country, there's no doubt about it, on acceptance of gays and lesbians and same-sex marriage has been almost with a velocity unprecedented. I mean, and are we fighting the last war? I mean, really?
You know, 20 years ago, they were saying the same thing on the life issue. You know,
No, I don't think everybody said that on the life
Well,
issue.
you could
The
you
life
could
issue's
not
been
get a
the same.
Republican candidate hardly that would come out publicly pro-life. In this election cycle, of the 17, only one was not overtly pro-life. That issue has made a lot of ground in the last 43 years. It's an issue of that when you talk about a mother taking the life of her own child, it violates nature. The same thing with marriage. That issue is not going to go away with Republicans. And by the way, there was a great piece in Huffington Post today of analyzing the actual language, which I was on the platform committee. I helped write. All the talk about it being anti-LGBT. The Huffington Post said, no, it really wasn't. If you read it, yes, it's pro-natural marriage. It's not anti-LGBT.
But David.
I come back to the character issue. Scripture doesn't say anything about LGBT bathrooms or anything like that. It says a lot about character, and it says a lot about a certain threshold standard of personal decency.
Well, would you suggest to social conservatives that they just stay home and not be involved in the election, given they have two options?
I probably would, as a matter of fact.
Well,
But
I would not.
in the Lewinsky scandal, there was a lot of talk from the Family Research Council and elsewhere that character really was a threshold.
Character, there's no question.
So,
But we have,
Trump's
but I don't have any other. I have two choices before me. I have a choice of Hillary Clinton, which we believe would be a continuation of Barack Obama's administration and the policies. We see the policies she pushed when she was Secretary of State. Did she advance religious freedom around the country? Absolutely not. So we know what we get with her. Were we celebrating Donald Trump in the primary? No, we were not. But he's the other option. I believe that he can get it right if he surrounds himself with the right people. He's pulling some people in. He's listening. I think it's a better option.
Is the fact that he's invited transgender Caitlyn Jenner as his guest to the convention, is that reassuring to social conservatives?
Look, there is not animosity, as some would like to portray, between social conservatives and people who choose a different lifestyle. We're talking about policy. The substantive policy conversations that have taken place have been in terms of what we see in the platform. He's not dissed the platform. In fact, what he's advocated for, and his people even helped pass one of the amendments that I put on the platform regarding the Johnson Amendment, to make sure that churches have the right to fully engage in free speech and speak into the political issue.
Well, we're going to wrap it up there, I think, are we?
I think we are. Tony Perkins coming around reluctantly, but coming around to Donald Trump, and we will see what happens. Thank you very much for coming to talk to us.
Thanks for the invitation.
We appreciate it.
Now we're going to go down to the floor where our Susan Davis of NPR is meeting with a delegate who actually, to talk about the marquee speech of the night, and that's Mike Pence, who's going to be nominated, accept the nomination for Vice President. Susan?
Hey, that's right, Gwen. I am here with Michael McDonald. He's a delegate from Indiana. He has known Mike Pence since the 1970s and almost ran his first campaign for Congress. Mr. McDonald, what does Mr. Pence bring to this ticket?
I think he brings some expertise in government service and leadership and an executive branch skill that we should have going to Washington, D.C.
What do you do? Does it hurt your feelings? Does it hurt the Indiana delegation's feelings that of these reports that Mike Pence may not have been his first pick, that maybe Donald Trump had second thoughts about him?
I don't think anybody's verified that. And so, no, it doesn't hurt our feelings. He made the right call, and that's what's important.
A lot of talk in the delegates in the field tonight about how they want to hear more about the jobs and the economy. Do you expect that we're going to hear more specifics?
You're going to hear that tonight. You're going to hear about the Indiana miracle and the great job we've done with economic development. We're #1 in the Midwest, #5 in the country, and that's a strong story to tell from a Rust Belt state. I think they will turn Mike loose in the Rust Belt states and say we can do that for all of America.
All right, we'll leave it there. Mr. McDaniel, thank you so much. Thanks, Gwen.
Thank you, Susan. Thank you. We're back up here now in the booth here where
what Dowd said.
David Brooks and Mark Shields are continuing the conversation we were just having a few moments ago. We want to share it with the audience, boys?
I was just talking about Mike Pence with David about Matt Dowd's observation that they spent 6 seconds together at the announcement, and you just wonder geographically and demographically how much of a boost he's going to be for the ticket. I thought it was rather a fascinating observation that not a shotgun marriage, but it was not a natural union that looked like it was going to be intimate and close.
And he also said that more delegates are interested in hearing from Ted Cruz tonight than they are from the vice presidential nominee. Amy, a few seconds before we go to a break. You can weigh in on all this too.
I just thought it was fascinating to see how hard it was for Tony Perkins to embrace Donald Trump. Right? You could see how difficult of a position he was in with basically saying, I had no other choice. It's Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump or stay home. And I think he personifies much of where some of the traditional Republican bases right now.
And it comes back to David's question about character. I mean, David, you came back at him and said, what about character? And reminded everybody about Bill Clinton and impeachment. And I mean, it does come down to that.
And a lot of Christians are split on this. Tony Perkins has taken one side. There are people like Mike Gerson, the columnist for the Washington Post, who is a speechwriter for President Bush, who's taken the other. And there's a serious split within the Christian community about how much character matters or whether you swallow this just for the judicial pick.
Okay, well, we need to take a short break. Thank you, guys. We'll pick up on this afterward. Oh, it turns out we have a little more time, which is perfect. I can go to Mara and ask her about that, because one of the interesting things we keep seeing playing out over and over again are people with these torn feelings about what to do. And Mike Pence was supposed to solve some of this. That was what the pick was about.
Mike Pence did solve some of this. What the point that Matt Dowd made earlier that was so interesting is it got him through this week. That was actually really important. Can you imagine if he had picked someone, maybe a Newt Gingrich or Chris Christie, that the base was very uncomfortable with for a variety of reasons? I don't think he could have gotten through this week. We think this has been kind of a shambolic convention. It would have been probably disastrous.
Well, we are going to get a chance to hear from Mike Pence tonight, but right now we're going to take a short break. This is special PBS NewsHour and NPR coverage of the Republican National Convention in Cleveland. We will be back in 1 minute.
I'm Hari Srinivasan with an update on the day's non-convention news. A federal appeals court ordered changes to Texas's voter ID law before the November election. The law requires Texas residents to show one of 7 approved IDs. Opponents say it's a burden on low-income and minority voters, and the court today ruled it has a discriminatory effect. The government of Turkey has announced a 3-month state of emergency in the wake of last week's failed coup. Authorities also closed more than 600 private schools and other establishments amid a political crackdown. And in Istanbul, buses today brought hundreds to court on suspicion of involvement in the coup attempt. Thousands have been fired or arrested. And France today extended its state of emergency for another 6 months. It was first declared after the Paris attacks last November and was set to expire. But after last week's truck attack in Nice killed 84 people, lawmakers voted overwhelmingly for the extension. Now back to Gwen and Judy in Cleveland.
We are back in Cleveland. I want to bring you up to date who's around our table. We are now joined by Ron Elving of NPR, Amy Walter of the Cook Political Report, the redoubtable Mark Shields, and the more than redoubtable David Brooks of the New York Times.
Wasn't there a ship by that name?
Yeah.
There will be at some point. But before we get her back around the table, we actually want to go down to the floor where our Lisa Desjardins is about to have a conversation, picking up on where we left off about the question about how people who used to support somebody else are coming around onto the Trump. But I am told now that maybe Lisa's not quite ready yet, so we'll get back to that in a moment. But let's pick up on that, Ron Elving. What we were talking about before you got here was the people who are now slowly coming around. You can almost see their physical pain and deciding that they support enthusiastically Donald Trump, not all on the floor, but often people who've been working for years for the party.
That's right. South Carolina's Governor Nikki Haley, who had been conspicuous in her reluctance to endorse Donald Trump, is on the floor tonight. Now, we haven't heard from her, but she is here, and at one time we were not expecting to see her here. She and her husband are present. I've just been out in the hallway watching Ted Cruz make his way around, and he has his father with him. And everyone is, of course, shouting the same question at him, are you going to endorse? And he is being completely non-committal.
Of course, Donald Trump said that his father had a connection to the Cuban attempt on John Kennedy's life. So everybody's asking, how does that circle get square get circled?
Well, that's why having his father with him tonight, possibly even going with him to the stage, possibly gives us a clue as to what
that he may not have forgotten what was said.
He was going to spill the beans, if you'll recall, on Ted Cruz's wife. He threatened to do that, did Donald Trump. And his moment of greatest victory, which was the Indiana primary, was when he chose to level that calumnious charge about Ted Cruz's father, that he had been a collaborator with Lee Harvey Oswald in the assassination of President Kennedy. But he's tipped his hand already. He's organizing for 2020. And his theme is this election is about more than 1 year, about more than one election.
So that means that either he's a one-term president or he doesn't win at all. This 2020 idea.
That's right.
I think I'm told that Lisa Desjardins, who we promised to get to a moment ago with Pete Hoekstra on the floor, is now ready. Lisa?
Yes, standing next to me is former Congressman Pete Hoekstra. We're standing under the red, white, and blue Michigan sign, your home state, of course. Michigan was a Romney delegation through and through. This time, Michigan is a Trump delegation, the way that the votes went. You were a Romney supporter, now a Trump supporter. We're trying to figure out who is the Republican Party. Mitt Romney does not support Donald Trump, but you supported both men. Can you help explain what is the identity of a voter like you who did that?
Well, I think it's really an agenda of personal freedom. It's an agenda of limited government. It's a government that, and a candidate that stands for American leadership, effective American leadership internationally. And, Mitt Romney articulated a vision like that. Donald Trump is articulating it in a different way. The Michigan delegation, we're disappointed Mitt's not with us on this, but we really do, we had a strong level of support for Donald Trump yesterday. And so, we're excited about moving forward.
What do you think what do you want voters to think that Republicans stand for? Because this convention is meant to say, here's what we will do, but yet with jobs and economy, we're still waiting for some specifics on how Republicans will fix those things.
Sure. I mean, I spent the last 10 years as as one of the leaders on the Intelligence Committee. One of the things that I want the American people to know is that Donald Trump and America will stand strong against the threat from radical Islam. This administration has embraced people like the Muslim Brotherhood, people that want to destroy us. Donald Trump, he'll know who the good guys are and who the bad guys are. Donald Trump, and the American people need to understand, Donald Trump will be a candidate that will unleash the business potential here in America. Fewer rules and regulations and get this country moving again. we will negotiate good trade agreements.
Thank you, former Congressman Pete Hoekstra. So you heard it there, economy, trade agreements, also security. We hear that again and again on the floor. Back to you, Judy and Glenn.
Thank you, Lisa Desjardins. Thank you, Congressman Hoekstra. It's interesting how, and we want to point out that tonight there's a new sign that's being held up by many of the delegates. And forgive us for yelling, but the noise level here changes from minute to minute. They're holding up signs saying America deserves better than Hillary. I want to bring up to our group in this Sky booth, which includes Ron Elving of NPR, the fact that they say they're going to talk about jobs. We just hear Lisa asking Congressman Hoekstra about jobs, but we haven't really heard that from the podium.
Well, the first night was supposed to be Make America Safe Again, and the mood seemed to be mostly dread. On Tuesday night, the theme was Make America Work Again, and we heard almost nothing about labor or anything about jobs. And tonight, it's Make America First Again, and if you look down the list of the featured speakers, it's a list of presidential also-rans, runners-up, and people who want to be number 2.
So what does that say? I mean,
I think it leaves us with the conclusion that they wrote out a list of themes for the 4 nights that all look good with America, Make America Great Again, and then didn't really try to program the speakers to fit it.
Well, they didn't even print up the signs to fit.
Yeah, it should also be said, Matt Dowd made the good point, this is not a party. This is a Trump thing. It's also not about policy. Build a wall is not a policy. And so it's not any of those things. It's about culture. It's about respect and dignity and shaking things up in some random, but some people feel necessary way. And one of the things that strikes me is how the mood is so important. And for a lot of people, the forthrightness of whatever Trump will do is fine by them. But for a lot of people in this room, ambivalence is just sort of seeping through the crowd and has been for days like a cloud. We saw it in Tony Perkins. You see it with the people out here. And that's why they're leaving at 10:30. And that's why there's been a relative bit of lifelessness. And that's why whenever they get the chance to be unambivalent about something, lock Hillary up, they go for it full bore.
Amy, it's not a party, it's a Trump thing.
It's a Trump convention, and
That's
yet
a
it's
hip-hop
not.
song.
That's right.
I know. What did you say?
David gets credit for the
hip hop. What I also find interesting is we've spent the last 2 days for a guy who's not known for being a magnanimous winner, bringing out the people he defeated, and for once, he is not also offending them or taking them, making fun of them or shaming them in any way, shape, or form. Now, what I'll be curious to see is what happens after this. Usually, when you bring somebody to speak at your convention, it means that they're going to be a surrogate for you throughout the course of the campaign. I don't think you're going to see Paul Ryan on the trail for Donald Trump. I don't think you're going to see Mitch McConnell on the trail for Donald Trump, or Ted Cruz, or Scott Walker, or Marco Rubio. And that is the big difference between what we're seeing in this campaign and what you'd see in others. It's really just a checking the box, see, I won. They resigned, in many cases, to support me, and then we move on with me. And I do also want to say I agree with what Matt said and I wrote about today, but the most important speech really is Thursday. Donald Trump is the only person that can tell Donald Trump's story. Donald Trump's the only person that can get Donald Trump's message out, and this crowd knows it, and I think voters know it as well.
Mark Shields.
Politics is not an altruistic enterprise. It, quite bluntly, if I think Donald Trump can help me and I'm running for county commissioner or Congress, I'll be with him. If I don't, I'll run independently. It's the same is true for Hillary Clinton. And I don't know how long her coattails are going to be, or either one's coattails are going to be. I think you're going to see a lot of independent candidacies in both sides in 2016.
We're going to hear from Newt Gingrich tonight, and he will be out there Chris Christie style. He will be out there for Donald Trump all autumn long. But the rest of them, Walker, Rubio, and Cruz, are auditioning for 2020
That's
tonight,
right.
and that's why they're here.
But that's a suggestion that Donald Trump's going to lose, or that he's going to get to one term. I mean, but to be talking about the next election when you're electing somebody and you hope for 8 years.
Well, even if he wins, they're thinking either he loses interest in 4 years or terrible things happen and they need another nominee.
Well, and you also have another Republican branch in the House, many of whom are placated by the idea of a Trump presidency by saying, well, you know what, we're really going to set the agenda. Either one, he's going to be kind of hands off and he doesn't want to be doing that sort of work. Or two, his agenda is going to be so anathema to so many Republicans that we're going to be the place where it's going to stop. So even if he wins, this fight is going to continue between the elements of the Republican Party and within the branches of government.
How much do we hear people in and around the convention talking about down ballot races rather than talking? Someone pointed out earlier there hasn't been a Trump-Pence chant going on the floor throughout this entire convention. Either talking about the we can't have Hillary Clinton argument, or we can't have the state houses flip, or we can't have Congress flip. Is that the subtext here as well?
I would say I've heard much less of that, in part because there are so many first-time delegates. A lot of these people have not been with the party for the last 30 years. They haven't been doing the state legislative races. They haven't been doing the county races. They haven't been doing the gubernatorial races. And they're just less involved in that. They are fired up by a guy. And they've come in because they support the guy. And whatever happens to the state legislators, I'm sure they sort of care. It just hasn't been their life.
You know, it was at first sort of odd to think that Donald Trump was going to appear on all 4 nights of the convention. That's so non-traditional. Everyone thought, how curious, how narcissistic. But right now, it seems as though if he did not appear every night of the convention, this energy would really dissipate. He's been the high point of the first 2 nights.
But really, for very briefly, I mean, the first night he came out and hugged his wife, introduced his wife Melania, and hugged her, and that was it. And last night, it was equally brief.
Very brief, but also a high-impact moment.
His children.
But Judy, today we had the drama of the jet flying into Cleveland, bearing the nominee, and then taking a helicopter.
All right, speaking of people who ran for president and got mowed down by Donald Trump, one of them is coming to the stage right now. In fact, he was one of the first to drop out, Governor Scott Walker of Wisconsin. Here he is.
You deserve better because America deserves better. The well-connected in Washington are standing behind Hillary Clinton because Hillary Clinton is one of them. They want more of the same. Donald Trump is standing with the American people. We want a leader who is not afraid to take on the mess in Washington. Donald Trump knows that there is a better way forward, and we believe, as Republicans, we believe in an America where everyone can get the education and training that they need to succeed in college, in career, and in life. Where Washington doesn't deepen dependency, but rather helps create genuine opportunity. Why? Because America deserves better. We believe in a country where people can achieve, maintain, and enjoy their piece of the American dream without government standing in the way. Why? Because America deserves better. We believe in a country where we take the threat of terrorism seriously. We name it for what it is. You know the words, radical Islamic terrorism. And we do everything in our power to eliminate it, to ensure our safety. Why? Because America deserves better. We believe in a country where it is a solemn responsibility to deliver to our troops the support and tools that they need to achieve absolute victory, and then provide them with the health care and the respect that they've earned when they return home. Let's thank our veterans. Why? Why? Because America deserves better. And while we're at it, we believe in a country where those who honorably serve in law enforcement, the people who put their lives on the line for us each and every day, are not just respected, they are revered. Why? Because America deserves better. We believe in a country where power is taken back from Washington and returned home to state and local governments, where it is more effective, more efficient, and more accountable to the people. Why? because America deserves better. We believe in a country where freedom and personal success do not come from the clumsy hand of government, rather from the dignity that comes from hard work. Why? Because an America deserves better. The simple truth is, liberal Washington insiders created our problems. And Hillary Clinton is the ultimate liberal Washington insider. If she were any more on the inside, she'd be in prison. America deserves better than Hillary Clinton. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why we need to support Donald Trump and Mike Pence to be the next president and vice president of the United States. Now, last August, right here in Cleveland, I stood on this stage and I said that any of the Republicans running for office would be better than Hillary Clinton. I meant it then, and I mean it now. So let me be clear. A vote for anyone other than Donald Trump in November is a vote for Hillary Clinton. Make no mistake. Make no mistake. We can't wait 4 years to get them next time. The consequences are too great. Literally just an hour ago, while waiting to come out here on stage, I was on the phone with Donald Trump, and this very subject came up. Think about it, the Supreme Court. He and I talked about the court. He raised that as a concern, and we talked about the fact that Ronald Reagan nominated Justice Scalia over 30 years ago to be on the court when I was in high school. We cannot concede the court to liberals like Hillary Clinton for the next 30 years. The consequences are too great. After hearing the FBI director's report a few weeks ago, heck, I listened to that and said, I wouldn't even give Hillary Clinton the password to my iPhone, let alone access to highly classified information. This isn't just another Clinton scandal. Hillary's scandal put our national security at risk, and that, ladies and gentlemen, makes Hillary Clinton unfit to be president of the United States. It is time to tell Hillary enough is enough. No more double standards for the Clintons. Why? Because America deserves better. And thankfully, Republicans are offering a better way forward. It's working right here in Ohio, and it's working in places like Florida and New Mexico and North Carolina and South Carolina. Heck, it's even working in places like Massachusetts and Maryland. That's because Republican leadership works. I know because I see it firsthand as it's working every single day in Wisconsin. You see, in 2010, we were tired of high unemployment, budget deficits, stifling taxes, and rising college tuition. Most of all, we were tired of the big government union bosses running our state and local governments. We had had enough, so we did something about it. We took the power from the hands of the big government special interests and returned it firmly into the hands of the hardworking taxpayers. You remember, in turn, the big government union bosses and their cronies in Washington helped organize more than 100,000 protesters who occupied our state capitol. They tried to intimidate us with threats and mobs. but we didn't back down, and we won. They spent tens of millions of dollars trying to defeat us in a recall election, but we didn't back down, and we won. 3 times they came at us. 3 times we won. We won because our common sense reforms worked. Today, more people are employed in Wisconsin than ever before. Our budget is balanced and responsible. Taxes are down for working families and seniors. And college tuition, for the first time ever, is frozen 4 years in a row. If conservative reforms can work in a blue state like mine, they can work anywhere in the country. You see, it wasn't too late for Wisconsin, and it's not too late for America. If you've had enough of Washington's brokenness, of Washington's wastefulness, of Washington's empty promises, and of Washington's arrogance, I invite you here and across America to join us, help us elect Republicans to office, from the courthouse to the State House to the White House. America, you have a choice. You decide. You deserve better. Why? Because America deserves better. Why? Because America deserves better. Why? Because America deserves better. God bless you. Thank you. And God bless our next president and vice president.
Scott Walker, the governor of Wisconsin, who made a real, at one point everybody thought he was going to be the leading candidate in this race this year, and he was very slow, and I think until May, coming around to actually endorsing Donald Trump.
You know, and what's so interesting, I was just looking back at what Scott Walker said when he dropped out of the presidential race. He deplored the fact that so many other candidates running for president were talking about how bad things are rather than talking about how to make things better.
Yep.
And yet I think the speech that we just heard was about how bad things are.
Yeah.
It's
At least he
fascinating.
talked about good Republican leadership. I mean, he did sound like a normal Republican, and in a normal year, he would have been quite a strong candidate. He had a personal story to tell, the confrontation with the unions, and it wasn't stupid to think that he had a decent shot of the nomination 18 months ago. It turned out the climate was not a normal year, and he dropped out in a hurry.
Let me remind everybody who's in the booth, and forgive us if we're trying to talk over this music. That was David Brooks, you just heard from, Mark Shields, Amy Walter, Ron Elving from NPR, and we're trying to...
And she's Gwen Ifill, and I'm Judy Woodruff.
Right, that too. So Ron Elving, what did you think of what Scott Walker had to say?
I thought it was strange to have him against that backdrop. It was disorienting, and it made me wonder what he was
tell our
going
audience,
to sell.
our radio.
Well, I think people at home also saw a backdrop of him on a farm. They saw him with crops and railings and a barn, and it looked like he was back in Wisconsin. When he was running in Iowa a year ago, he looked strong because he was a good social conservative with a strong Christian background. He was a minister's son, and Iowa evangelicals loved him. But what happened was not only Donald Trump, but also Ben Carson came in and took a lot of that support away, and then suddenly Scott Walker discovered that people were a lot angrier than he thought they were, and Donald Trump was getting those voters, and he found himself with so little, he was practically the first serious candidate to drop out.
You know, I'm still struck by the fact that this is, in Donald Trump, you have a candidate who ran on a populist message where he doesn't go through one speech without talking about ripping up trade deals or how China has taken advantage of us. I've yet to hear one other major speaker follow up on that or discuss that.
And we're going to talk some more about that right now. We're going to go down to the floor, see what the delegates are watching. This is a little video, we're told, about the Trump family.
Solely in fact, not fiction, speculation, assumption, or hearsay. I do not vote based upon the color of my skin, nor the signature on my paycheck. I judge my friends and forge my allegiances from direct personal interaction and moral character. That said, there is no higher barometer by which to measure oneself than the one continually set by this family and their spouses. The Trump family has stood by me through immensely difficult times without hesitation nor concern for their own reputation by association. They continue to trust me with every aspect of their lives and the lives of their families. They invite me into their homes and love
We're listening, we're watching a video, and these are just a quick montage of pictures of the Trump family, narrated, we believe, by the woman who's going to speak right after this. Her name is Lynn Patton. She is the vice president of the Eric Trump Foundation. It's essentially pictures of the Trump family. Let's continue to listen and watch.
To have a front row seat to it on a daily basis. This country has spoken. My boss has justly earned the Republican nomination and broken voter registration records in countless states across America. This cannot be denied. He has brought this party together by drawing more Democrats, more independents, and more first-time voters into the GOP fold, and has earned more Republican votes than any other presidential candidate in modern history. That must be respected. To the skeptics who will undoubtedly claim that I'm doing this at the behest of the Trump family or with the promise of reward, I deliberately chose not to seek their approval nor counsel in advance of this video for fear that they would be more concerned for me and its potential viral ramifications than they would be for themselves, and the fact that, quite simply, this is the right thing to do. For me, it was an easy decision, just as voting for my boss, Donald J. Trump, should be an easy decision for you. God bless this family, God bless the voters, and God bless the United States of America.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Vice President of the Eric Trump Foundation and Senior Family Assistant, Lynn Patton.
Lynn Patton is out here to make a case not only that Blue Lives Matter, as in her prepared remarks, but also that LGBTQ lives matter.
Tough acts to follow. But you know what? I'm going to give it a shot. I said, hello, America! I am honored to be here tonight on behalf of my boss, Donald J. Trump. As someone who has been with this family each and every day for the past 7 years, I know Mr. Trump. I know his heart, and I know his passion for this country to be true. Tonight, as we stand in the shadow of one of the darkest months in modern American history, I know, now more than ever, that Donald Trump is the law and order leader we need to heal a wounded and divided nation. We all watched, horrified and helpless, as a radical Islamic terrorist targeted members of the LGBTQ community in Orlando. We've seen discord in our urban communities, sparked by the
We've been listening to
young black men, Baton Rouge, Minnesota, and far too many places.
We've been listening to Lynn Patton. She is vice president of the Eric Trump Foundation. It's a foundation that puts money into the St. Jude Children's Research Hospital and other causes. We're going to take a short break. This is special PBS NewsHour and NPR coverage of the Republican National Convention. We'll be right back.
Funding for this program is provided by
XQ Institute.
BNSF Railway. Lincoln Financial, committed to helping you take charge of your financial future. This program was made possible by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.
Reliable, balanced, real. Election 2016 on PBS.
Charlie Black, I'm a Republican strategist. I've been involved in a number of presidential campaigns over the years. The morning after Ford was formally nominated, we had agreed prior that the two candidates would meet. So Reagan went over to Ford's hotel and they had a meeting. And Ford asked him, "Do you want to come speak tonight?" And Reagan said no. But then, after Ford finished his speech, he acknowledged the Reagans and he started calling Reagan down.
I would be honored on your behalf to ask my good friend, Governor Reagan, to say a few words at this time.
Reagan gave this really wonderful talk about what America would look like in 100 years.
This is our challenge. Will they look back with appreciation and say, thank God for those people in 1976 who headed off that loss of freedom, who kept our world from nuclear destruction? We've got to communicate to the world that we carry the message they're waiting for.
He completely upstaged Ford. Ford would have been better off not calling him down.
If you're just joining us, this is live coverage of the Republican National Convention from NPR and the PBS NewsHour. I'm Judy Woodruff.
And I'm Gwen Ifill. Finally, I remember who I am. Last time I forgot. You know, we're just hearing from one of our NPR colleagues, Domenico Montanaro. He's reporting that Ted Cruz, who was expected to speak tonight, and the drama around the day was whether Ted Cruz would speak and whether, when he spoke, he would actually finally endorse Donald Trump, which he has not done. Domenico is now reporting that he has a source that tells him, in fact, Ted Cruz not only is not going to support, embrace Donald Trump in his speech tonight, but that some people are letting him go ahead with it because they think he's going to pay the price. What do you think about that, David Brooks?
I just want to say it's exciting to be here covering the first day of the 2020 Republican Convention. I'm tired from 2016, and already we're moving on. I'm not surprised. Listen, the things Donald Trump said about Ted Cruz's wife.
Hold that thought.
We're going to cut in because we're going to video of Marco Rubio. Let's listen.
And a reliable vote for crony capitalism, Wall Street bailouts, middle-class tax hikes, and out-of-control government spending. She was a key figure in implementing Barack Obama's shameful foreign policy record of appeasing our enemies and betraying our allies and diminishing our role in the world. And she turned her back on the fallen heroes in Benghazi, carelessly jeopardized our national security, and then she lied about it to the American people. Hillary Clinton does not have the honesty, the courage, or the independence to be the president we need for the next 4 years, after the president we've had for the past 8. But unlike Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump is committed to cut taxes, curb spending, and get our national debt under control. Unlike Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump takes seriously the threats from Islamic radicals and is committed to rebuilding our military. And unlike Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton, he has committed to appointing constitutionalist judges who will respect the proper role of the judiciary. After a long and spirited primary, the time for fighting each other is over. It's time to come together and fight for a new direction for America. It's time to win in November.
Please welcome United
And of course,
States
that was
Senator
Marco Rubio, not in the hall, but by video. And just as we were talking about Ted Cruz a few minutes ago, who is not expected to formally endorse Donald Trump tonight, we're actually now watching him walk out onto the stage for a really warm reaction.
A really warm reaction, and you have to say the Trump people were taking a risk when they invited him to speak. They did not know what he was going to do. And we just, as Gwen just said, the reporting is he won't endorse, but we'll find out. We're going to be listening to this entire speech.
He also came to town today, had his own rally with his own supporters from Texas. So he came in town like someone who's actually running for something.
Bless each and every one. Country first. Okay.
Heidi and I are so honored to join you here in Cleveland, where LeBron James just led an incredible comeback victory. And I am convinced America is going to come back too. I want to congratulate Donald Trump on winning the nomination last night. And like each of you, I want to see the principles that our party believes prevail in November. Conventions are times of excitement, but given the events of the last few weeks, I hope you'll allow me a moment to talk to you about what's really at stake. Just 2 weeks ago, a 9-year-old girl named Caroline was having a carefree Texas summer, swimming in the pool, playing with friends, doing all the things a happy child might do. Like most children, she relied upon the love that she received from her mom, Heidi, and her dad, a police sergeant named Michael Smith. That is, until he became one of the 5 police officers gunned down in Dallas. The day her father was murdered, Caroline gave him a hug and a kiss as he left for work. But as they parted, her dad asked her something he hadn't asked before. What if this is the last time you ever kiss or hug me? Later, as she thought of her fallen father and that last heartbreaking hug, Caroline broke down into tears. How could anything ever be okay again? Michael Smith was a former Army Ranger who spent 3 decades with the Dallas Police Department. I have no idea who he voted for in the last election or what he thought about this one. But his life was a testament to devotion. He protected the very protesters who mocked him because he loved his country and his fellow man. His work gave new meaning to that line from literature: to die of love is to live by it. As I thought about what I wanted to say tonight, Michael Smith's story weighed on my heart. Maybe that's because his daughter, Caroline, is about the same age as my eldest daughter and happens to share the same name. Maybe it's because I saw a video of that dear, sweet child choking back sobs as she remembered her daddy's last question to her. Maybe it's because we live in a world where so many others have had their lives destroyed by evil in places like Orlando and Paris and Nice and Baton Rouge. Maybe it's because of the simple question itself. What if this, right now, is our last time? Our last moment to do something for our families and our country.
I think.
Did we live up to the values
And
we say we
backstage,
believe?
as Ted Cruz speaks, we see
Did
Donald
we
Trump
do all
arriving
we
at
really
the arena.
could? That's really what elections should be about. That's why you and millions like you devoted so much time and sacrifice to this campaign. We're fighting not for one particular candidate or one campaign, but because each of us wants to be able to tell our kids and grandkids, our own Carolines, that we did our best for their future and our country. America is more than just a landmass between 2 oceans. America is an ideal, a simple yet powerful idea. Freedom matters. For much of human history, government power has been the unavoidable constant in life. Government decrees, and the people obey. but not here. We have no king or queen. We have no dictator. We, the people, constrain government. Our nation is exceptional because it was built on the 5 most beautiful and powerful words in the English language. I want to be free. Never has that message been more needed than today. We stand here tonight, a nation divided. Partisan rancor, anger, even hatred are tearing America apart. And citizens are furious, rightly furious, at a political establishment that cynically breaks its promises and that ignores the will of the people. We have to do better. We owe our fallen heroes more than that. Now, of course, Obama and Clinton will also tell you that they care about our children's future. And I want to believe them. But there is a profound difference in our two parties' vision for the future. Theirs is the party that thinks ISIS is a JV team, that responds to the death of Americans at Benghazi by asking, what difference does it make? And that thinks it's possible to make a deal with Iran, which celebrates as holidays Death to America Day and Death to Israel Day. My friends, this is madness. President Obama is a man who does everything backwards. He wants to close Guantanamo Bay and open up our borders. He exports jobs and imports terrorists. Enough is enough. And I am here to tell you there is a better vision for our future, a return to freedom. On education, your freedom to choose your child's education, even if you aren't as rich as Hillary Clinton or Barack Obama. On health care, your freedom to choose your own doctor without Obamacare. On taxes, your freedom to provide for your family without the IRS beating down your door. The internet, keep it free from taxes, free from regulation, and don't give it away to Russia and China. Freedom means free speech, not politically correct safe spaces. Freedom means religious freedom, whether you are Christian or Jew, Muslim or atheist. Whether you are gay or straight, the Bill of Rights protects the rights of all of us to live according to our conscience. Freedom means the right to keep and bear arms and to protect your family. Freedom means that every human life is precious and must be protected. Freedom means Supreme Court justices who don't dictate policy, but instead follow the Constitution. And freedom means recognizing that our Constitution allows states to choose policies that reflect local values. Colorado might decide something different than Texas. New York, different than Iowa. That's the way it's supposed to be. Diversity. If not, what's the point of having states to begin with? Now, Hillary Clinton believes that government should make virtually every choice in your life. Education, health care, marriage, speech, all dictated out of Washington. But something powerful is happening. We've seen it in both parties. We've seen it in the United Kingdom's unprecedented Brexit vote to leave the European Union. Voters are overwhelmingly rejecting the political establishment and overwhelmingly rejecting big government. That is a profound victory, and it is one earned by each and every one of you. People are fed up with politicians who don't listen to them, fed up with a corrupt system that benefits the elites instead of working men and women. We deserve an immigration system that puts America first and, yes, builds a wall to keep America safe. A government that stops admitting ISIS terrorists as refugees. We deserve trade policies that put the interest of American farmers and manufacturing jobs over the global interests that are funding the lobbyists. And if we stand together and choose freedom, our future will be brighter. Freedom will bring back jobs and raise wages. Freedom will lift people out of dependency to the dignity of work. We can do this. 47 years ago to this day, America put the very first man on the moon. That was the power of freedom. Our party, the Republican Party, was founded to defeat slavery. Abraham Lincoln, the first Republican president, signed the Emancipation Proclamation. Together, we passed the Civil Rights Act, and together we fought to eliminate Jim Crow laws. That's our collective legacy, although the media will never share it with you. Those were fights for freedom, and so is this. Sergeant Michael Smith stood up to protect our freedom. So do the soldiers and sailors and airmen and Marines every day fighting radical Islamic terrorism. And so did the family of Alton Sterling, who bravely called to end the violence. So did the families of those murdered at the Charleston Emmanuel AME Church, who forgave that hateful, bigoted murderer. And so can we. We deserve leaders who stand for principle, who unite us all behind shared values, who cast aside anger for love. That is the standard we should expect from everybody. And to those listening, please don't stay home in November. If you love our country and love your children as much as I know that you do, stand and speak and vote your conscience. Vote for candidates up and down the ticket who you trust to defend our freedom and to be faithful to the Constitution. Appreciate the enthusiasm of the New York delegation. And I will tell you, it is love of freedom that has allowed millions to achieve their dreams. Like my mom, the first in her family to go to college. And my dad, who's here tonight, who fled prison and torture in Cuba, coming to Texas with just $100 sewn into his underwear. And it is love that I hope will bring comfort to a grieving 9-year-old girl in Dallas. And God willing, propel her to move forward and dream and soar and make her daddy proud. We must make the most of our moment to fight for freedom, to protect our God-given rights, even of those with whom we don't agree, so that when we are old and gray, and when our work is done, and we give those we love one final kiss goodbye. We will be able to say, freedom matters, and I was part of something beautiful. The case we have to make to the American people, the case each person in this room has to make to the American people, is to commit to each of them that we will defend freedom and be faithful to the Constitution. We will unite the party, we will unite the country by standing together for shared values, by standing for liberty. God bless each and every one of you, and God bless the United States of America.
To the very end of Donald Cruz's speech, Donald Trump enters the hall. Ted Cruz just spoke for a long time. He did not endorse. He did congratulate. I think that's the word he said was he congratulated Donald Trump on winning the nomination. But as the speech went on, it became clear that he wasn't going to embrace Donald Trump.
Well,
the audience started to chant Donald Trump's name.
Gwen, it was a remarkable moment because as Ted Cruz got to the end of his remarks, more and more delegates started saying, "We want Trump, we want Trump," as that became clear, and we saw Donald Trump enter there at the end. We're going right into the introduction of the next part of the program. We're seeing the Trump family video. We're seeing daughter Ivanka.
But quickly, before we get a chance to talk about that, Mark,
yes.
Everybody, one comment about what we just saw, Mark Shields.
Well, we heard support, endorse, distance yourself, embrace. What he came down to was a League of Women Voters public service announcement to vote. Vote, and vote your own conscience, and he got hooted for saying vote your own conscience.
David Brooks.
He put a stick of dynamite under the convention and let everybody express. Hey, this will be the story of the night. He just exploded it, and now we had sort of open booing and shouting on the floor. Kind of amazing.
Certainly the most awkward moment and beyond awkward moment that we've seen in a Republican convention in decades and decades, probably half a century.
And once again, we're going to be talking tomorrow night about why the party is not unified, and the theme that we've talked about this entire convention.
And it continues. I mean, to have somebody like Ted Cruz stand up and say to those listening, please don't stay home in November.
Yep.
That's the most enthusiastic thing he could say about Donald Trump. All right, we are in a film about the Trump family, and Donald Trump is in the so-called family box. Right now, we're going to go to that film.
Assertive mindset that never allows you to give up. And I think that's a big part of his success.
The work ethic, the perseverance, and his ability to see detail and understand it. He wants to make our country safe again. He wants to make our country rich again. He wants to rebuild our infrastructure. He wants to rebuild our military. He wants to fix education that's totally failing, the most precious generations that we have, which are the youngest generation. He wants to fix this country.
His goals for our country are so much bigger and so much more important than any deals or any company he's built.
Well, I think with my father, when someone tells him something's impossible, that's the challenge. That's when he's made all his great things happen. When something's impossible, that's just the stepping stone for him to start. Whether it was business, whether it was leaving Queens to do what he's done in Manhattan, whether it was taking on politics. He's a man that's larger than life, and truly has become the epitome of the American dream. And he's my father, and somebody I care about tremendously, and somebody that I know will win this race. He will become the next president of the United States.
We've been listening and watching a video about the Trump family, really from the perspective of his middle son, Eric Trump, who's going to be speaking in just a matter of minutes. This is the moment when Donald Trump has entered the convention, but what we've witnessed, Gwen and Mark and David and Ron and Amy, is, I think as David just said, this is going to be the story of the night. Ted Cruz coming in here not endorsing
my biggest
Donald Trump.
question is how this actually happened when the Trump people get to decide who comes to the podium, who speaks, and told us that they were betting his speech.
Well, again, this is not something a normal politician would do or a normal campaign would do. But lest we be reminded that this is not a normal politician running a traditional campaign. And the question now is, obviously it ruined or sort of stepped on the message for tonight, which was supposed to be Mike Pence and his night, obviously. But for further down the road, because this is obviously what Ted Cruz was setting up for, which is it may be short-term pain, but it's for my long-term gain. We don't really know. That's a big risk that both of them took tonight. The immediate risk for Trump, the longer-term risk potentially for Cruz.
Mark Shields.
Let me disagree with Amy.
Okay.
I think it's probably the first act of strength that Donald Trump has showed in this entire convention. That's the sense of confidence and ego that he could have him in here, have him do it, and I still think Mike Pence will be the story of the night. I could be wrong, and it would only be the 13th time this week that I have been. But that's my guess. I do think I agree with Amy. It's a big risk. It's a big risk on particularly on Cruz's part, because if Trump does go down and goes down close, those who weren't with him will be held accountable.
I agree with everybody. So, Ted Cruz, this is like him walking in the United States Senate and blowing the place up.
Yeah,
that's what he does. On the other hand, Trump thrives on drama and conflict and retaliation.
That's right.
So he gets his night tomorrow. He'll have his night. It's so Trumpian.
And if he does lose in November, there's going to be a lot of blame to go around. It's going to be more than Ted Cruz. Ron
I do
Elving?
have a vision of Jeb Bush at home watching this at home, and I would love to see kind of what he's thinking.
And John Kasich.
That's right. And let's think about Marco Rubio, who sent in a videotape and looked very much like a guy who was trying to raise a little bit of money. He just looked like he was making an ad for somebody. It was on the screen, it was off the screen, and he's been much friendlier to Donald Trump in recent weeks than Ted Cruz has. So even though he's held him at arm's length as he did all the way back into the primaries, he was better on it tonight, and all he got was a lousy video.
That may have something to do with the fact that he's running for the Senate again in Florida.
Marco Rubio distanced himself too, literally distanced himself. I mean, he could say, I wasn't there. I wasn't at the scene of the crime. I just mailed it in. I mean, I really thought Scott Walker, who was the most remarkable political character on the Republican side to come out of Wisconsin in half a century. 3 elections he won in 4 years.
We have just a moment to be able to try to get down to Rachel Martin down on the floor before we get to our next speech. Rachel?
Guys, a really remarkable scene. I mean, Ted Cruz was not even done with his speech when all of a sudden we heard people saying, we want Trump, we want Trump. And he was coming into the arena and essentially stepping on Ted Cruz's toes as he was attempting to finish what was pretty much a stump speech that he has given time and time again, not referencing Donald Trump except for once. It was about his vision. It was about 2020.
And here is Eric Trump with his family watching.
Thank you.
It is such an honor to be here for a man I love so much. That's my father. "13 months ago, my father sat my family down and told us the time had come. He could no longer sit idly by and watch our beloved country, the country that had given our family so much success, so much opportunity, crumble before our very eyes. He confirmed to us that he was prepared to announce his candidacy for President of the United States. He made sure to acknowledge that ours would not be an easy path, that we should prepare ourselves for what was to come, that we'd quickly learn who our true friends were. Without hesitation, we each committed our unwavering support. But this time, none of us could have predicted what lay ahead. The records he would break, the stadiums he would fill, the movement he would start. Today, my father stands before you with the most primary votes of any Republican candidate in the history of our nation. He has shattered voter registration records across the country. He has defied the predictions of every single political pundit and turned traditional debates into must-see TV. He has inspired multiple generations, including my own, like millennials like myself, who have so little faith in our politicians that they no longer even consider public service to be a noble career. A year ago, my father was a businessman, but like many Americans, he simply could no longer stand to see what was happening to our great country. He could no longer stand to see special interest dollars dictate an incompetent foreign policy that puts foreign countries before our very own. He could no longer tolerate an inept administration that considers giving $150 billion to Iran or releasing 5 radical Islamic terrorists a successful negotiation. He could no longer bear witness to our continued Second Amendment attacks. He could no longer stand to see the words Christmas stripped from public use or the Pledge of Allegiance removed from our schools in an effort to be politically correct. So my father made the courageous decision to set aside a company to which he has dedicated his entire life, to set aside a global brand that he has made synonymous with success, with quality, with uncompromising, just the best. At a time when the people at the pinnacle of their career, like my father, would have held fast to a lifestyle that has truly become the epitome of the American dream, my father instead chose to give that dream back to the people it had eluded for so long. As daunting of a journey as he knew it would be, for him, it was the easiest decision in the world. After all, who better to implement common sense business approach to this country? Who better to apply practical solutions to the impractical decision-making of an administration that has bred a $19 trillion debt, one which goes up by $32,000 a second and over $2 billion a day? Who better implement common sense tax reductions for one of the highest tax nations in the world, allowing our citizens a chance to keep more of what they earn as opposed to having it squandered away by our inefficient government? Who better negotiate the return of countless American manufacturers like Nabisco and Ford and Carrier and so many others back to the United States where they began than a man who has single-handedly employed tens and tens and tens of thousands of people around the country? It's time for a president with common sense. It's time for a president who understands the art of a deal and appreciates the value of a dollar, our tax dollars. It's time for the president who has always been the one to sign the front of a check, not the back. Throughout my father's career, he has been repeatedly called on by government to step in and save delayed, shuttered, and grossly over-budget public projects. Everything from the exterior of Grand Central Terminal in New York to the iconic old post office in Washington, D.C., just to name a few. Back in 1986, the city of New York tried to refurbish a simple ice skating rink in Central Park. The project dragged on for over 6 years and ballooned to over $13 million. $5 million over an already inflated budget. That's when my father, who overlooked this disastrous construction site from his office window each and every day, decided he had to step in. Disgusted by government incompetence and ineptitude, he invested $2 million of his own money in order to complete the project. What had taken the city over half a decade to botch, my father completed in less than 6 months, 2 months ahead of schedule, and over $1 million under budget. It's time for a president who can make America great again, ahead of budget and ahead of schedule, too. Thank you. My father has revitalized rundown neighborhoods, shaped skylines across the country, and turned dreams into reality his entire career. It's what he does. It's who he is. Oprah Winfrey once famously asked my father if he ever envisioned running for the presidency of the United States. His answer? Only if it got so bad that I had no choice. Only if it got so bad that I had no choice. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that day has come. As I travel the world with my dad building the greatest golf courses and hotels and real estate projects, I see the unmistakable look in his eyes. I see in his eyes the indignity and frustration of a domestic infrastructure back at home that is in complete disarray and no longer on par with so many other developed nations. I see in his eyes the sadness of innocent lives lost, like those of Kate Steinle and Jamil Shaw and so many others, cut short by illegal immigrants in sanctuary cities, victims of a revolving door of government ineptitude and corruption that leaves innocent Americans defenseless. I see in his eyes the humiliation of an education system ranked 30th in the world. I see in his eyes the disgrace of nearly $400 billion trade imbalance with China, the $60 billion trade imbalance with Mexico, and the continued destabilization of the Middle East, which has cost our nation trillions and trillions of dollars and thousands of lives. But today I see in his eyes a man who truly loves his country, who is proud of his country, and who wants his country to be great again. Thank you. I want to thank my father over there for the life that he's provided me, for the life that he's provided my family, and the life that he's provided all of our employees around the world. I want to thank my father for the life that he's enabled me to provide to my future children as my beautiful wife Laura and I start thinking about that amazing chapter of our lives. To that end, I often think about the legacy I wish to leave my children. And to me, there are few things that I hold closer to my heart than charity. For me, it's the essence of who we are as human beings. It's the barometer by which we will be measured for our time here on earth. As Martin Luther King Jr. once said, life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? When I was 22 years old, I founded the Eric Trump Foundation to benefit St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital, an incredible, incredible organization. I run my foundation based on the principles my father taught me: honesty, integrity, and values. I expect other charities to be run by the same moral code, not serve as conduit for personal enrichment, not become a beacon of corruption and scandal. To whom much is given, much will be required. This is the very belief that compelled my father to make this great sacrifice, to run for the most powerful yet unforgiving office in the world. There is no greater calling. There is no more selfless an act. To the unemployed voter sitting at home watching me right now, wondering how you're going to make your next mortgage payment or rent payment, my father is running for you. To the veteran tuning into the speech from his or her hospital, who has been ignored and disrespected by an ungrateful system for far too long, my father is running for you. To the school teacher, forced to walk through metal detectors each and every day into an underfunded school, my father is running for you. To the laborer watching me right now, forced out of a job by undocumented workers, illegal immigrants, my father is running for you. To the oil and gas industry worker denied a job because of radical regulations from a radical EPA, my father is running for you. To single mothers, to families with special needs children, to middle-class families who can no longer afford medical benefits sufficient to cover their everyday needs, my father is running for you. This November, I ask you to be true to yourself and vote for the candidate who you know is running for the right reasons. Vote for the candidate who has never been a politician. Vote for the candidate who has never received a paycheck from our government. Thank you. Vote for the candidate who can't be bought, sold, purchased, bribed, coerced, intimidated, or steered from the path that is right and just and true. And quite frankly, friends, vote for the one candidate who does not need this job. Never have I been more proud to be a Trump. Never have I been more proud to be my father's son. I am incredibly honored to be part of this journey of which he's invited me, Don, Ivanka, Tiffany, Melania, my beautiful wife Laura, our entire family to play such an integral part. Dad, you have once again taught us by example. You are my hero. You are my best friend. You are the next President of the United States. God bless America.
Eric Trump, middle son of Donald J. Trump, who is finally saying what we had expected his other children and supporters to say, which is vote for the one candidate who does not need this job. Judy?
Boy, we have not heard that. I think people have been asking for the last 3 nights, what's the consistent message, what's the compelling message about Donald Trump? And we've just heard certainly a big piece of it from his son, Eric.
This is former House Speaker Newt Gingrich's wife, Callista Gingrich. Is about to introduce her husband to speak.
We've enjoyed reconnecting this week with Republicans from all across America. As many of you know, Newt and I love American history and recognize that we are gathered here in Cleveland at a historic moment. This week, we nominate a Republican candidate for president who for the last year has given hope and encouragement to millions of Americans. As one of 17 candidates, Donald Trump received more primary votes than any Republican in American history. As he assured us that we can make America great again for all Americans. Newt and I are proud to be working to elect a president who will put America first and make our country safe again. We are also delighted by the selection of Governor Mike Pence as our vice presidential candidate. Newt and I have known Governor Pence since he first served in Congress in 2001, and we are confident that he will make an exceptional vice president. Tonight, Newt is going to speak about making America first again in safety, at home and abroad. As the son
We're
of a
listening
career
to
soldier,
Callista Gingrich. She's introducing her husband, the former Speaker of the House of Representatives, Newt Gingrich. You just saw, we just saw, if you're here in the hall or if you're able to watch, a flash on the large screen behind all the speakers here at the Republican convention. And that is just one small piece of what's really an electronic failure they've had at the convention over the last 20 or 30 minutes behind the Donald Trump's son, Eric, giving a really compelling speech. There were no big screens of him, what would they call the crawls with messages that have been going around the arena. Those are all down and dark.
If you look at Mrs. Gingrich now, you'll see she's against a black backdrop. There's a huge, this is a basketball arena. It's where the Cleveland Cavaliers play. So there's a huge jumbotron, which is also dark.
In the middle.
And we don't know how long it's going to continue, but of course we're about to hear from Newt Gingrich, and after that, the vice presidential nominee, Mike Pence. So we'll see how dark the hall remains. Former Speaker of the House, Newt Gingrich, who I think they're yelling Newt, not booing.
Yeah.
We should say there are lights on. It's the electronics that are down, and maybe it makes the speaker, puts him in a more dramatic backdrop.
Very generous welcome. And thank you, Callista. You know, she makes documentary films, writes best-selling children's series in American history, sings in the Basilica Choir, plays the French horn in the Fairfax Band. I am amazed at her achievements. I'm also proud to be here as a Republican activist to see the extra effort Donald Trump has invested in bringing the Republican Party together. With no requirement for endorsement, he encouraged his competitors to speak once again. Governor Rick Perry, Governor Chris Christie, Governor Scott Walker, Dr. Ben Carson, Senator Marco Rubio, and Senator Ted Cruz have all responded to Donald Trump's generosity. Now, I think you misunderstood one paragraph that Ted Cruz, who was a superb orator, said, and I just want to point it out to you. Ted Cruz said, you can vote your conscience for anyone who will uphold the Constitution. In this election, there is only one candidate who will uphold the Constitution. So, to paraphrase Ted Cruz, if you want to protect the Constitution of the United States, the only possible candidate this fall is the Trump-Pence Republican ticket. That way, we have a Republican ticket to implement Republican principles in Washington. Now, what I want to focus on is a subject that has dominated my thinking for decades. How do we keep America safe? Keeping America safe is the first responsibility of the American president. There have been many fascinating things to watch about the extraordinary historic rise of Donald Trump. But the most significant has been Donald Trump's courage to tell some important truths about our national security. For example, we are at war. We are at war with radical Islamists. They are determined to kill us. They are stronger than we admit, and there is no substitute for victory. In contrast to Donald Trump, our national security and foreign policy elites, led by Hillary Clinton, are incapable of speaking with such honesty. While they lie about the threat, we need to tell the truth about the danger. If our enemies had their way, not a single woman in this room could define her future. If our enemies had their way, gays, lesbians, and transgender citizens would be put to death as they are today in the Islamic State in Iran. If our enemies had their way, every person on earth would be subject to conversion by the sword and to a cruel and violent system of law. There would be no individual liberty. There would be no equality. There would be no freedom. If you doubt we are at war, if you doubt that this threat is as real as I say, let me refresh your memory. On Monday, an Afghan refugee in Germany used an axe and knives to slash and wound train passengers while shouting, Allahu Akbar. Last week, ISIS claimed responsibility after a Tunisian man drove a cargo truck into a crowd in Nice, France. He murdered 84 people, including 10 children, 3 Americans and injured over 300 others. 2 weeks ago, almost 300 people were killed and more than 200 were wounded in bombing attacks in Baghdad. 2 days before that, radical Islamists in Bangladesh killed 20 hostages, including 3 American college students. A few days before that, at the Istanbul airport in Turkey, ISIS attackers armed with guns and bombs killed 44 people and injured hundreds more. Last month, a radical Islamist in Paris stalked a French police officer to his home, where he murdered the officer, tortured his wife to death in front of their 3-year-old son, while streaming it all on social media. He was pondering out loud whether to kill the 3-year-old when he was killed by police. 2 days before that, an attacker pledging allegiance to ISIS killed 49 people in an Orlando nightclub and wounded dozens more. All this in just the past 37 days. We cannot let ourselves grow numb to these accumulating atrocities. One analysis estimated that since January of 2015, some 30,000 people have been killed at the hands of terrorists. Let's be clear. Donald Trump is right. We are at war with radical Islamists. We are losing the war, and we must change course to win the war. Let me be very clear, because I know the news media will do their best to distort this. We have nothing to fear from the vast majority of Muslims in the United States or around the world. The vast majority are peaceful. They are often the victims themselves. They are people we'd be happy to have as our friends and neighbors. The challenge is when even a small percentage of 1.6 billion people support violence against those who disagree with them. That is still a giant recruiting base. For example, Pew Research finds that only 9% of Muslims in Pakistan view ISIS favorably. Unfortunately, 9% is 16 million people. And that's just one country. So the truth is, although we are losing the war with radical Islamists, we have been very lucky. The danger we face is much worse than the horrors that happened in Germany on New Year's Eve when 1,200 women were assaulted. It's worse than what's happening in France, where there are stabbings of Jews in the streets, and the nation's security chief warned recently that Europe is, quote, on the brink of civil war. It's worse than what's happening in Israel, where average citizens fear for their lives whenever they leave their homes. The danger is even worse than September 11th, when 19 hijackers murdered almost 3,000 Americans. The worst-case scenario is losing an American city to terrorists armed with weapons of mass destruction. Instead of losing 3,000 people in one morning, we could lose more than 300,000. Instead of losing 2 great buildings, we could lose block after block after block to a nuclear event. That's not just my view. Back in January of 2001, the Hart-Rudman Commission warned the terrorists, quote, will acquire weapons of mass destruction and some will use them. Americans will likely die on American soil, possibly in large numbers, close quote. 15 years later, the dangers are even greater. In a world where Pakistan has nuclear weapons, where North Korea has nuclear weapons, and where Iran, the world's leading state sponsor of terrorism, is close to having nuclear weapons, this, a catastrophic attack on innocent Americans, is a very real threat. Which brings us to the heart of the matter. We are sleepwalking through history as though this is all about politics. It is not. It is about our safety and our survival as a country. We cannot keep in place the people and the systems that have brought us to this point and that lie to us every single day about the threat. That is why every American should be terrified at the prospect of a Hillary Clinton presidency. Hillary Clinton has been right at the center of this dishonesty. We know this administration and its allies lied to us about the Iran nuclear deal. We know it because they openly bragged about it to the New York Times. We know that Hillary Clinton lied to us knowingly about the terror attack on our Benghazi consulate. We know that Hillary Clinton and President Obama lie to the American people when they say they can safely screen the Syrian refugees. They cannot. And yet, Hillary wants to increase the number by 500%. So when you hear about Hillary's dishonesty of the emails or taking millions from the Saudis and other Middle Eastern dictatorships, remember, this is not about politics. The cost of Hillary's dishonesty could be the loss of America as we know it. The first step forward to safety is electing a leader who will be truthful with the American people about the realities we face. Only then will we understand, support, and demand the strategies required to confront this threat. And because safety and security are the preconditions for our freedom and prosperity, it is also the first step toward rebuilding the America we love. Donald Trump understands this. And that's why he will rebuild our military, because he knows that a strong military is the best way to ensure peace. Donald Trump will secure our borders, because there is no such thing as a nation without a border. Donald Trump will enforce our immigration laws. He will end the policy of deliberate non-enforcement and will end the abuse of our visa programs to protect American workers and their wages. Donald Trump will take care of our veterans by holding bureaucrats at the Veterans Administration accountable. He will fire those responsible for the waiting list and will give veterans more choices about their care. With Donald Trump's leadership, no bureaucrat will get between a veteran and their doctor. Donald Trump will get America building again. He will blow apart the ridiculous regulations and requirements that drive up infrastructure costs and drag out the timeline to get anything built. The Trump infrastructure program will make us once again the most competitive economy in the world. Donald Trump will rebuild our education system and give every parent of every income and every ethnic background a choice about where their children go to school. And Donald Trump will help us rebuild and strengthen our communities. Here again, the first step is safety. The basis for strong families and good jobs and vibrant neighborhoods. That means restoring law and order. Donald Trump will show zero tolerance for people calling for the death of police officers. Think about this. If anyone publicly threatens the life of the President of the United States, the Secret Service is on them in an instant. Our law enforcement officers deserve the same respect as the President of the United States. Of course, if individual officers are found to have violated someone's rights, they must be held accountable under the law. America is based on the rule of law. We are one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. That is what has allowed us to absorb more people from more backgrounds than any nation in history. Nobody is above the law, and nobody is too small to deserve its protection. Donald Trump won our party's nomination because he is willing to tell the truth about the things that matter. He has a great running mate in Mike Pence. They will put our safety first, and they will defend America first. We can be proud to stand with them. So tonight, the challenge for everyone in this hall and everyone, Republican, Democrat, or Independent, who's watching at home and knows we cannot continue on our current course, is to rise above our factions, excuse me, and rise above the politics we've inherited, to ignore the lies of the news media and the old order, to reject the suicidal dishonesty of Hillary Clinton and her establishment allies, and to stand with Donald Trump and Mike Pence for what we know is true. We can make America safe again. We can make America work again. We can make America first again. And together, we can make America great again for all Americans. Thank you, and God bless the United States of America.
That's Newt Gingrich. Starts off his speech by doing a little cleanup for Ted Cruz, who made the crowd unhappy.
He did. When Ted Cruz noticeably did not endorse Donald Trump, told these delegates and everybody listening and watching in the country to vote their conscience. A remarkable thing, and people started booing at the end of that. Newt Gingrich came out after his wife introduced him and said, well, what he really meant was vote your conscience and only vote for somebody who's going to uphold the Constitution. And Donald Trump is the only one who's going to uphold the Constitution.
We should also point out that there was enough unhappiness on the floor of the convention that Heidi Cruz, Ted Cruz's wife, at one point when the crowd was getting a little unhappy, was kind of escorted to the door.
That's right. They were so unhappy with what Ted Cruz was doing. They were making threats. Somebody yelled at her Goldman Sachs, which is.
We are now anticipating Paul Ryan, the House Speaker, to come out and introduce Mike Pence, the Vice Presidential nominee. So, but we have a moment here, Domenico Montanaro from NPR, to give a sense of how remarkable this evening was.
I mean, the scene with Ted Cruz and Donald Trump reminded me of WWE. You know, you have to have a bitter villain and a humble hero, and there was Donald Trump waving down to the crowd as Ted Cruz was being booed off stage. All you needed was a metal chair being thrown and someone falling off a turnbuckle or something. And you remember Donald Trump was in showbiz for quite some time. But let's be honest, though, it's hard to think that there was something up of that kind of magnitude, because what sense does it make for Ted Cruz to come out here? You know, you don't go to a wedding reception where you fell in love with the bride and then you decide you're still going to try to keep her.
There was a whole movie about that.
I think it's a total win for Cruz. Yeah, he is now the official opposition to Donald Trump. If Donald Trump loses, Ted Cruz has emerged. Marco Rubio was whiffling and waffling. Chris Christie was sycophantic. Ted Cruz took a big risk tonight.
But these delegates voted for Donald Trump. He's going to have to win those people over, right?
Amy Walter.
I'll do the David Brooks. I agree with everybody a little bit, but I may lean a little more on this, which is there is a big risk in being the person when if Donald Trump loses, the finger pointing comes back.
Final thought on stage now, Speaker of the House Paul Ryan, to introduce the Vice Presidential nominee.
My fellow Republicans, I could not be more proud of our Vice Presidential nominee. I served with this man in the House of Representatives. We became very good friends. I've watched this man up close. I've seen what he's made of. Let me tell you something about Mike Pence. This is a man of solid character. This is a man who sees public service as a calling, not a career. He has served honorably with great dignity. You know what? The results are impressive. This is a man who led the charge to ban earmarks in Congress, and he won that fight. As governor of Indiana, he passed the largest income tax cut in state history. He balanced its state's budget. This man is a Reagan conservative through and through, pro-growth, pro-life, pro-strong defense. And most importantly, he is the father of 3 beautiful children, Michael, Charlotte, and Audrey. And he calls his wife, Karen, the best part of my life. My fellow Republicans, the man that you have nominated, he's a man of faith. He's a man of conviction. He's a man you can trust. He comes from the heart of the conservative movement and from the heart of America. And now we need to send him and Donald Trump straight to the White House. There is no doubt in my mind that he will bring real change to Washington. I have every confidence that he will do us all proud. And so, ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to introduce to you the next Vice President of the United States, Governor Mike Pence.
Mike Pence is walking out from backstage.
Now
and
we
about
are-
to greet Paul Ryan. Sorry, Judy.
Sorry. We're seeing the man Donald Trump decided he wants to serve with him if he's elected president. Mike Pence, the governor of Indiana. We just found out about him, what, less than a week ago, that this was the choice. It was a little bit, shall we say, up in the air, but here he is. Mike Pence walks up to the lectern. The crowd is on its feet.
A sea of Trump-Pence signs as they try to regain a little bit of the air that went out of the room after the opposition to Ted Cruz earlier, and that policy-heavy speech from Newt Gingrich. They're trying to start a chant, but I think we're about to hear from Mike Pence.
Mr. Chairman, delegates, friends, and my fellow Americans, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I am deeply humbled by your confidence, and on behalf of my family, here and gone, I accept your nomination to run and serve as Vice President of the United States of America. And let me thank Speaker Paul Ryan for that gracious welcome. Paul, you're a true friend and a great American leader. But Paul knows me well, and he knows the introduction I prefer is just a little bit shorter. I'm a Christian, a conservative, and a Republican in that order. You know, I'm new to this campaign, and honestly, I never thought I'd be standing here. I thought I'd be spending this evening with all my friends from the great state of Indiana. Yet there I was, a few days ago in New York City, with the man who won 37 states, who faced 16 talented opponents and outlasted every one of them, and along the way brought millions of new voters into the Republican Party. You know, he's a man known for a large personality, a colorful style, and lots of charisma, and so I guess he was just looking for some balance on the ticket. Well, for those of you who don't know me, which is most of you, I grew up on the front row of the American dream. My grandfather immigrated to this country. I was raised in a small town in southern Indiana in a big family with a cornfield in the backyard. Although we weren't really a political family, the heroes of my youth were President John F. Kennedy and the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr. When I was young, I watched my mom and dad build everything that matters: a family, a business, and a good name. I was raised to believe in hard work, in faith, and family. My dad, Ed Pence, was a combat veteran in Korea. Dad ran gas stations in our small town, and he was a great father. If Dad were with us today, I'd have a feeling he'd enjoy this moment and probably be pretty surprised. But it's such a joy for me to tell you that my mother is here. Would you join me in welcoming the light of my life, my mom, Nancy? You know, growing up, I actually started in politics in the other party until I heard the voice and the ideals of the 40th president, and I signed on for the Reagan Revolution. But the best thing that ever happened to me, even counting tonight, is that 31 years ago, I married the girl of my dreams, a school teacher, an artist. She is everything to me. Would you welcome my wonderful wife, Karen Pence?
We're looking at Karen Pence stand up, wave to her husband, big smile on her face, and a tear in her
Regardless of
eye.
any title I'll ever hold, the most important job I'll ever have is spelled D-A-D. Karen and I are blessed. Karen and I are blessed to be the parents of the 3 greatest kids in the world. A writer named Charlotte, a college student named Audrey, and a 2nd lieutenant in the United States Marine Corps, Michael J. Pence. I'm so proud of you guys. Now, if you know anything about Hoosiers, you know we love to suit up and compete. We play to win. That's why I joined this campaign in a heartbeat. You have nominated a man for president who never quits, who never backs down, a fighter, a winner. Until now, he's had to do it all by himself against all odds, but this week, with this united party, he's got backup, and on November 8th, I know we will elect Donald Trump to be the 45th president of the United States of America. Now, we'll win because we're running on the issues facing this country and because we're leveling with the American people about the stakes and the choice. You know, the American people are tired of being told. They're tired of being told that this is as good as it gets. They're tired of hearing politicians in both parties tell us that we'll get to that tomorrow while we pile a mountain range of debt on our children and our grandchildren. And as Ronald Reagan used to say, they're tired of being told that a little intellectual elite in a far distant capital can plan our lives better for us than we can plan them for ourselves. In the end, this election comes down to just 2 names on the ballot, so let's resolve here and now that Hillary Clinton will never become president of the United States of America. Now, Hillary Clinton essentially offers a 3rd Obama term, and the role is perfect for her. She championed Obamacare because years earlier she had all but invented it. The national debt has nearly doubled in these 8 years, and her only answer is to keep borrowing and spending. And like the president, she thinks the path to a growing economy is more taxes, more regulation, and more government. Now, they tell us this economy is the best that we can do. It's nowhere near the best that we could do. It's just the best that they can do. And let me tell you, I know firsthand it doesn't have to be like this. In my home state of Indiana, we prove every day that you can build a growing economy on balanced budgets, low taxes, even while making record investments in education and roads and health care. You know, Indiana is a state that works because conservative principles work every time you put them into practice. Now today, while the nation suffers under the weight of $19 trillion in a national debt, we in Indiana have a $2 billion surplus, the highest credit rating in the nation, even though we've cut taxes every year since I became governor 4 years ago. We have fewer state employees than when I took office, and businesses large and small have created nearly 150,000 new jobs, and there's more Hoosiers going to work than ever before. That's what you can do with common sense Republican leadership, and that's exactly what the no-nonsense leadership of Donald Trump will bring to the White House. You know, Donald Trump gets it. He's the genuine article. He's a doer in a game usually reserved for talkers. And when Donald Trump does his talking, he doesn't tiptoe around the 1,000 new rules of political correctness. He's his own man, distinctly American. And where else would an independent spirit like his find a following than in the land of the free and the home of the brave? The funny thing is, the funny thing is, the party in power seems helpless to figure out our nominee. The media has the same problem. They all keep telling each other that the usual methods will work against him. They keep thinking they've done him in, only to wake up the next morning and find that Donald Trump is still standing and running stronger than ever before. The man just doesn't quit. He's tough. He perseveres. He's gone about as far as you can go in business, but he's never turned his back on the working men and women who make this country grow. And Donald Trump will never turn his back on those who serve and protect us at home and abroad. You know, it's been a heartbreaking time for the women and men in our law enforcement community. And in this time of great testing for them, let's let them know, here and now, all across this country, we will always stand with those who stand on the thin blue line of law enforcement in America. Now, you know, while Donald Trump was taking my measure as a possible running mate, I did some observing myself. I've seen the way he deals with people who work for him at every level. And I've seen the way they feel about working for him. Now, I'll grant you he can be a little rough with politicians on the stage, and I'll bet we see that again. But I've seen this good man up close. His utter lack of pretense, his respect for the people who work for him, and his devotion to his family. And if you still doubt what I'm saying, remember, as we say back home, you can't fake good kids. How about his amazing children? Aren't they something? These are the true measures of our nominee, chosen by the voters as the right man for these times. This is the outsider, my running mate, who turned a long-shot campaign into a movement. Now, over in the other party, you know, if the idea was to present the exact opposite of a political outsider, the exact opposite of an uncalculating truth teller, then on that score, you got to hand it to the Democratic establishment. They outdid themselves this time. I mean, at the very moment when America is crying out for something new and different, the other party has answered with a stale agenda and the most predictable of names. People in both parties are restless for change, ready to break free of old patterns in Washington. And Democrats are about to anoint someone who represents everything this country is tired of. You know, Hillary Clinton wants a better title, and I would too if I was already America's Secretary of the Status Quo. You know, the choice couldn't be more clear. Americans can elect someone who literally personifies the failed establishment in Washington, D.C., or we can choose a leader who will fight every day to make America great again. It's change versus status quo. And my fellow Republicans, when Donald Trump becomes president of the United States of America, the change will be huge. You know, for years we've had fundamental problems in America that get talked to death in Washington, D.C., but they never get solved, and they even get worse. We've seen entire stretches of our country written off by bad economic policies in ways that are deeply unfair to American workers. We've seen relentless mandates from the executive branch. It seems like no aspect of our lives is too small for the present administration to supervise, and no provision of the Constitution is too large for them to ignore. Meanwhile, we've seen borders that go unrespected, a military that's been diminished, and promise after ringing promise to our veterans promptly forgotten. Then Donald Trump came along and started saying what practically everybody was thinking anyway, that our leaders need to be stronger. Under Donald Trump, our deals will be smarter. Our soldiers will have what they need, and our veterans will have what they earned. We will secure our borders, protect our nation. In all this, we will be more serious, and when we do, this nation will start winning again. You know, that's the message that men and women in both parties have been longing to hear. But none of us should think for 1 second that this will be easy. The outcome of this election depends on us and how we contend with an incredible onslaught that's coming our way. You know, this won't be America's first glimpse at the Clinton machine in action, as Bernie Sanders can tell you. And this time around, she'll have the press doing half her work for her.
This is Gwen Ifill.
And I'm Judy Woodruff, and you are listening to live coverage from Cleveland of the Republican National Convention on NPR and PBS.
Capture the attention of the country the way Donald Trump has. On issue by issue, he and I will take our case to the voters, pointing out the failures of the Obama-Clinton agenda and showing a better way. We will win the hearts and minds of the American people with an agenda for a stronger and more prosperous America. Now, the establishment in Washington, D.C. thinks it's only a narrow range of voters who are giving Donald Trump a serious look. But I can tell you firsthand, there's a lot of Americans out there who feel like Democrat politicians have taken them for granted. It's union members who don't want a president who promises to put a lot of coal miners and coal companies out of business. Those miners want an American energy policy, and they know that Donald Trump digs coal. It's African Americans who remember generations of hollow promises about safe streets and better schools. And they know Donald Trump will fight for equal opportunity, and he loves educational choice. And it's Hispanic Americans who respect the law, want jobs and opportunities for their families, who know that Donald Trump will uphold the law and get this economy moving for every American. You know, the party of Lincoln was founded on equality of opportunity. And during these difficult days, it will be our party and our agenda that opens the doors for every American to succeed and prosper in this land. You know, in so many ways, the Democratic Party has abandoned those it used to protect. Maybe they become too entrenched in power, so comfortable at times that they lose patience with the normal legislative process. It's so much simpler to impose their values by executive order or court action. And make no mistake about it, Hillary Clinton has some big ideas along those lines, too. As this election approaches, every American should know that while we're filling the presidency for the next 4 years, this election will define the Supreme Court for the next 40. We all better think very carefully about what this means for our Constitution and limited government. Elect Hillary Clinton, and you better get used to being subject to unelected judges using unaccountable power to take unconstitutional actions. So let me say, for the sake of the rule of law, for the sake of the sanctity of life, for the sake of our Second Amendment, and for the sake of all our other God-given liberties, we must ensure that the next president appointing justices to the Supreme Court is Donald Trump. And Hillary Clinton's record on foreign affairs gets even worse. You know, it was Hillary Clinton who helped undo all the gains of the troop surge, a staggering failure of judgment that set ISIS on the loose. It was Hillary Clinton who instigated the president's disastrous agreement with the radical mullahs in Iran. And it was Hillary Clinton who left Americans in harm's way in Benghazi, and after 4 Americans fell, said, "What difference at this point does it make?" As the proud father of a United States Marine, let me say from my heart, anyone who said that, anyone who did that, should be disqualified from ever serving as Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the United States of America. Seven and a half years of Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton's policies have weakened America's place in the world. Terrorist attacks at home and abroad, grim and heartbreaking scenes from France just a few short days ago, and the attempted coup in Turkey all attest to a world spinning apart. History teaches us that weakness arouses evil. Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama's foreign policy of leading from behind, moving red lines, feigning resets with Russia, and the rise, rule, and reign of ISIS are a testament to this truth of history. We cannot have 4 more years apologizing to our enemies and abandoning our friends. America needs to be strong for the world to be safe, and on the world stage, Donald Trump will lead from strength. Donald Trump will rebuild our military and stand with our allies. Donald Trump will confront radical Islamic terrorism at its source and destroy the enemies of our freedom. And if the world knows nothing else, it will know this: America stands with Israel. You know, if you looked at the calendar this morning, you might have noticed the presidency of Barack Obama ends exactly 6 months from today. And this much is certain. This much is certain of the Obama years. They're not ending well. There seems to be so many things that divide us, so few great purposes that unite us as they once did. And it's at moments like this, moments when politics fail, that I believe we do well to remember that what unites us far exceeds anything that sets us apart in America. That we are as we have always been, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Should I have the awesome privilege to serve as your Vice President, I promise to keep faith with that conviction, to pray daily for a wise and discerning heart, for who is able to govern this great people of yours without it? My fellow Americans, I believe we have come to another rendezvous with destiny, and I have faith. Faith in the boundless capacity of the American people, and faith that God can still heal our land. But we have a choice to make. This is another time for choosing. If you want a president who will protect this nation, confront radical Islamic terrorism, and rid the world of ISIS, if you want a president who will restore law and order to this country and give law enforcement the support and resources they deserve, if you want a president who will cut taxes, grow our economy, and squeeze every nickel out of the federal bureaucracy, if you want a president who will build strong borders and enforce our laws, and if you want a president who will upend the status quo in Washington, D.C., and appoint justices to the Supreme Court who will uphold the Constitution, we have but one choice, and that man is ready. This team is ready. Our party is ready. And when we elect Donald Trump, the 45th President of the United States, together, we will make America great again. Thank you. And God bless you. And God bless the United States of America.
Indiana Governor Mike Pence stepping back from the podium, the lectern, which is now disappearing into the floor of the podium, and standing off to the side, coming out, just about to walk out on stage, is Donald Trump. He's walking toward his...
Mike Pence turned over to the right almost as a surprise to see Donald Trump standing there. Comes out, applauding, gives him a great handshake, a clasp, points at him, gives him a thumbs up. And the two are kind of hugging each other while the Trump family holds up their cell phones and takes pictures. More hand clasping, shoulder patting.
Donald Trump points at Governor Pence, and it looks like he's going to walk
off to the side as if to say.
Stage and walk off. I have to say, Gwen, this speech.
Well, it's as if to say it's his stage. He's the guy tonight. He's pointing at him.
Exactly.
He vacates the stage and lets Mike Pence have center stage again. Mark Shields.
I think you're absolutely right. It was Mike Pence's moment. I think Donald Trump was a little emotional. I really do. I think after Eric Trump's speech and the reception he got.
Here comes the family of Mike Pence, his wife Karen, his mother, whom he pointed out lovingly, his children. Let's go down to Lisa Desjardins on the floor as we watch Mike Pence and his family on stage receive the happy applause of this crowd. Lisa?
Judy and Gwen, what stands out is this is a much more energetic night than we saw last night. In fact, I think you see a more aggressive Republican crowd, and it began with Laura Ingraham. I talked to a member of Congress and a top political operative early in the night who said they were worried about how this convention was going until they heard her speak, throw a lot of red meat to this crowd, and then the result from there to here is what you see now, a crowd very much much embracing Mike Pence despite a roller coaster hour of technical and other problems. This crowd is not thinking about that. Gwen, Judy?
Well, Lisa, the interesting thing about watching the Pence family is that, unlike other nights this week, there's still enthusiasm in the room, even though he ran a little bit after prime time. People are out here. They're embracing him. And they were chanting for a while, "We like Mike, we like Mike." So that was a big moment. We also have down on the floor, I believe she's ready, Rachel Martin with NPR. Rachel?
Yeah, hi, Gwen. This evening was all about unifying the party, right? We heard Mike Pence try to do that. I spoke earlier in the evening with a delegate from Texas who had a big old Ted Cruz sticker on his name tag. And he told me he was excited to be here. He had come to terms with Donald Trump. But there was something in his voice, and he was pretty explicit about it. You know, he said he had to lick his wounds for a long time. This was a tough loss for him. He worked hard. He put in hours on that campaign. And so he says it took a while to heal for him and other Cruz supporters, but this is what this moment's all about. You hear the music in the background, people are dancing, the speeches are about unifying. However, I did speak with one delegate from the state of Idaho, which also went for Ted Cruz, and he said, you know, there's still a lot of tension. It's one thing to see the speeches on the floor, but can the party really come together when it is crucial? Can you get the vote out in November?
That may be one of the questions of the night. Rachel Martin at the podium, and let's now go to Susan Davis on the floor. Susan.
Hi, Judy. You know, this was a night of dysfunction and distraction. We had a lot of tech dysfunction. A lot of the delegates were unable to see many of the speakers throughout the night. And the distraction, of course, was the internal feud going on after Ted Cruz's speech. Delegates were divided over it on the floor. And I talked to delegates from states like Michigan and Ohio and Texas who said they still want to hear a little bit more about jobs and the economy and how Donald Trump is going to turn it around, especially if he wants to win in the Midwest and the Rust Belt states he's going to need to win the White House.
Thanks so much, Susan, and thanks for your hard work on the floor tonight. I know it's crowded and raucous down there. I want to come back up here to the booth, and starting with Domenico Montanaro, Susan's colleague. If you had to go back and look at this night's speeches, and there was the drama of the Ted Cruz speech, and there was the drama, a different kind of drama of the Mike Pence speech, which would you say won the night?
Well, in a way, pretty good bookends to each other. You had the drama earlier, and then you have what Mike Pence doing exactly what he needed to do. Remember, that speech comes in prime time with a much bigger audience. A lot of people got to see that. And he did what a VP should do. He validated Donald Trump. He reached out, talked about unity with conservatives, talked about justices. He even reached out to Democrats a little bit, talking about his own kind of conversion story to vote for Ronald Reagan after previously being a Democrat. So touched on all the right notes, even, of course, had a little red meat about being anti-Hillary Clinton, which everybody else served up tonight.
But David Brooks, there were also, at the end, as Ted Cruz went on, boos, and it left everybody with a bad taste in their mouth. But, you know, as Gwen was just saying, the man who got the last word tonight was Mike Pence.
Yeah, he gave a good speech. He's such a good guy. Got a little weighed down in his own cliches by the end. But let's face it, Ted Cruz is the story of the night. How many times in our life has the number 2 candidate not endorsed the number 1 candidate? Never. Ted Kennedy endorsed Jimmy Carter. I mean, this is the story of the night. And there's a picture floating around my Twitter feed of the Trump family standing, looking like the Godfather family when Cruz is talking. That picture is going to be everywhere. It's this will just continue to reverberate.
I would ask Mark whether he agrees with you on this, only because what we saw happen tonight was Mike Pence have his coming out party, as it were, and he also was the one who had to bring the policy, he had to bring the heft, he had to bring something serious to the room on behalf of Donald Trump, and he did that, it seems.
He did, Gwen, let me just say, he exceeded expectations. He made the case for change. He was a character witness for Donald Trump. His personal story is very appealing, if not compelling. It's definitely the story of the night. I think the prelude.
More so than Cruz.
Yeah, the prelude of 2020 and the Teddy White book, or whatever it's going to be, the Mark Halperin book. Yes, it all began on the 20th of July in Cleveland. But this was really the story of the night. And I just think he did very well. I think he went 25% too long. But other than that, I thought the speech worked, and I thought he worked. He emerged as a very positive public figure tonight, and he's the first person this week to say a good word about a Democrat. He spoke with John Kennedy. And I mean but that is remarkable.
But he has said in the past the reason why he was that was good, Judy.
Yep.
The reason why he was a fan of John Kennedy is because he was an Irish Catholic family growing up.
Yeah, no, and he was a Democrat. But my point is, this is supposed to be reaching out. This is supposed to be an inclusive. This is supposed to be join with us, come into our tent. And it's the first time anybody has spoken positively about any Democrat.
But Amy Walter, given against the backdrop of everything else we've watched at this convention, does that have positive reverberations for Donald Trump for this ticket through the fall and into November?
Well, Mike Pence just learned what his job, well, I think he already knew this, but now he sees in real life what his job is going to be, which is to be the soother in chief. He goes out to sort of clean up all of the messes that are still out there within the Republican Party. He literally had to come, 25 minutes after this place basically exploded, and to try to reassure the folks, at least both in the hall and watching TV, that at least they can find some unity in him. Now, that is going to be a tough challenge for him day after day after day on the trail, and he's going to be forced, as this campaign moves on, to clean up after remarks that Donald Trump makes.
Unless
which
Newt
we
Gingrich
will.
is available.
Yeah, well, that's right.
Who also did that, who also played that role tonight, and that he was the speaker who came almost immediately after after Ted Cruz, when the hall just seemed to be falling apart for a little while. David, getting back to your point, you said Ted Cruz is going to be the story of the night. So that means that Donald Trump comes out of this convention night happy or not so happy?
I think he comes out unhappy, if only for the technical difficulties, let alone the Cruz
And that's
thing.
something else.
And this has actually been, when we talk about scripted conventions, we've had a lot of news this week. I mean, you go back to the floor fights, the Melania speech, the pseudo semi-apology, the
We complain when it's too scripted,
but this
right?
has not been a scripted night, and tomorrow, I don't know what will happen. But, and then, buried, there was a story in the New York Times interview with Donald Trump where he said he wouldn't necessarily defend NATO allies if they were attacked by Russia. If all the rest of this stuff wouldn't happen, that would be gigantic news. And so Trump creates a lot of chaos.
It's going to be interesting going out of Donald Trump's speech. What kind of bounce, if any, does Donald Trump get? On average, since 1964, it's been about 5 to 7 points that a party can get coming out of a convention. And Democrats have a little bit of an advantage coming second because they get to sort of be able to see what the playing cards are, talk about what the message was, and go against whatever that was. But this is Donald Trump's party. I mean, no doubt about, there were some skirmishes. Ted Cruz certainly going to get a lot of the attention because, high profile what he did tonight. But, this is going to be Donald Trump will be very well received tomorrow night because this is his celebrity, his party.
That's what they came. He's the guy they came to see, which is another reason why the room was full tonight, I think.
I think so too. I mean, they knew they were going to hear from the vice presidential nominee, and even in Ted Cruz, they didn't. There was some suspense. People didn't know what Ted Cruz was going to do. But we've been talking all week about how the Republicans need to give people a reason to vote for Donald Trump. As Mark was saying, they certainly got some of that from Mike Pence. But Amy, is it enough? Amy Walter.
No, the only person who can do that is Donald Trump. And that's his job tomorrow night. This is the biggest speech that he has ever given, that he will ever give. Because he's not only, this will be our first chance to see if he can not only speak to the people in the crowd, which, by the way, every other candidate has done, which is speaking to the choir, essentially. Can he get beyond that? If he keeps his campaign focused on the people in this room and the people who make up a narrower slice of the electorate, that is not enough for him to win this campaign. He's got to have a message that broadens beyond what is and has been his solid base.
Well, we've just about come to that moment when we need to say goodnight to everybody. We want to thank all of you, Domenico Montanaro, NPR, Amy Walter of the Cook Political Report, the redoubtable David Brooks and Mark Shields.
No, I'm redoubtable.
and our crew on the floor: Susan Davis of NPR, Rachel Martin of NPR, and Lisa Desjardins of the PBS NewsHour.
I'm Judy Woodruff. We're going to be saying goodnight on TV right now, but coverage continues for our NPR listeners. Linda Wertheimer will pick up with Mara Liasson.
And I'm Gwen Eiffel. We'll see you tomorrow on the NewsHour. Thank you, and good night.
Funding for this program is provided by
XQ Institute.